It's got a kick.
Spicy.
Hot. Mucho caliente.
You speak Spanish?
Oui.
That is not Spanish.
Dunkin's new spicy omelet flatbread made with habanero and jalapeno peppers. Spice up your day. America runs on Dunkin'.
Thanks for watching the NCAA tournament.
Right here on CBS 2.
This is Capital One Tournament Central.
Welcome back to Capital One Tournament Central, everyone. Duke advances in the South bracket with an 85-56 win over Robert Morris. Hello once again. Welcome back to our studios here in New York. Greg Gumbel along with Clark, Kenny, Wally, and Chuck's Gnome. Hashtag Kashmir is now trending on Twitter, which apparently only Mr. Barkley can make that happen. Why don't you explain exactly what that is all about?
Well, he was trying to get the word hashtag out, and thinking my jacket, my sport jacket, had some cashmere in it.
And that's not even cashmere.
Not at all. And it went hashmere. So that's what I deal with all year. You guys are just getting it for 3 weeks. That's the difference.
Thank you.
No,
thank you. We appreciate it.
And thank you to be here, Rob.
All right. Let's talk about the Duke Blue Devils and look and talk about whether or not they are primed for a run.
Oh, they're primed. I mean, they'll face the winner of the St. John San Diego State game in the round of 32. But this team is balanced, deep. Okafor is terrific inside. 5 guys were in double figures. They shot 63%. They can make plays from multiple positions. And I think they're a little better defensively than given credit for. I know they've had a couple of games where they looked very average defensively, but I think as we go through the tournament, we'll see this team raise its defensive level, and offensively they can play with anybody.
Yeah. Well, first of all, if you're going to zone Duke, that's not going to work because they got a guy inside you can throw it to, you got to collapse on him, and they got great shooters. But what concerns me about Duke is their core is freshmen in Okafor, Winslow, and Tyus Jones. But the way they performed today, to come out on the big stage and just right from the beginning be locked in and focused, it's credit to Coach K.
I'm so hesitant to ask an ex-Tar Heel, do you like Duke?
Well, no, I would say I like this team. Yeah. I don't like the university, but I do like this team. I think overall, you know, you look at Cook, who had 22 and Okafor had 21, you say, wow, they dominated. For me, the 2 guys that actually dominated was Jones and Winslow because they had 7 and 7. It's very difficult to get 7 assists, and both of those guys have it in a college basketball game. And 2 guys, especially Winslow from the position he plays, that to me is the guy who should be interviewed because they were able to get people the ball in the easy positions. They did that all night, regardless of the fact that they didn't score on a big number.
And those 2 guys, both are freshmen and terrific playmakers and have big games and big moments.
Right.
And then I would go back to Quinn Cook, too. When you talk about Coach K's leadership, Quinn Cook has been superb all season long as a leader and as a consistent producer. He's had some kind of senior year thus far.
All right, so Duke advances to play on Sunday. And who do they play? Glad you asked. Coming up next on CBS, the 9-8 matchup in the South. San Diego State has the nation's #2 defense. They allow just 53 points a game. St. John's Red Storm, balanced attack led by senior guard D'Angelo Harrison, who averages 17.5 points a game. For more insight into this game, head coaches Steve Fisher and Steve Lavin with Northwestern's Mutuals planning for success.
Their best offense oftentimes is a missed shot, and their length, their quickness, their athleticism allows them to get off the floor 2 and 3 times, basically playing volleyball at the rim. So we have to rebound the ball to be successful.
We got to guard, and we're a really good defensive team, but we have to score more than 43 points. So we've been a team that's been up and down with our offense. If we make shots, we're a tough team to beat, but we have to make some shots.
St. John's going into this game a little shorthanded.
Yeah, a little shorthanded. Don't have their big fella Obekpo, who's an excellent rim protector. But I think in some ways they may be a little freer to play completely small ball, which means they can get up and go racehorse pace throughout the course of the game. And when they get it going from the perimeter, they're dangerous if they can do that.
Yeah, I don't think defense is going to be the issue for St. John's. It's going to be can they score. So him not being there typically would hurt them. But today, like you said, Clark, I don't think it's as big a missing.
And the big thing for San Diego State is can they score?
Right, exactly.
They're a great defensive team, but they're not a very skilled team. They're not a great shooting team. St. John's has some guys that can go for 20 or 30.
I keep wanting to ask a question of your friend there on the left. Coming up after the break, scores and highlights from today's action when Capital One Tournament Central continues.
All of these games we play, I can't even keep them all straight. Do we mean what we say? We got lost.
Indianapolis. Now we just got to find the stadium.
Did you just say Indianapolis?
The Final Four. Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. Indianapolis.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You do know we're in the Maryland, right? Indianapolis is in the Indiana.
2 different states, man.
Looks like the Garcias got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know.
Sure doesn't look like a Buick.
Buick.
I'm outside. Where are you? I'm right here. I'm in the Buick. I don't see a Buick.
Take a fresh look at Buick. It just might surprise you.
Ooh, that's not a Buick. That's what I told him. Wow. This is nice. Oh, my.
During the Buick March Madness event, get cash back for a sweet 16% of MSRP on select Buick vehicles in stock the longest. That's nearly $8,400 on this Enclave.
Thanks to the true fans of the Bell. And thanks to the Sriracha Maniacs.
I got it.
Without all of you, we never would have thought of this. The new Sriracha Quesarito. Layers of our insanely good Sriracha sauce and the quesarito you love. Only at Taco Bell.
I'll ride the highway. I'm going my way. I'll leave a story untold.
They just keep sending more pictures.
If you're a free-range chicken, you roam free. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Welcome back, everyone, to New York City and Studio 43. A few scores early on, but form is held so far today. Wally, let's talk about Oklahoma State and Oregon.
Yeah, when you talk about Oregon, you got to talk about Joseph Young. There he knocks down the 3 off the catch and then the 3 off the dribble. He had 27 points. He was on fire, and here he showed complete arsenal. He's not lefty. Knocks down that, he dunks that lefty finish right there. But Anthony Hickey Jr. hits the 3. He had 5 of them on the day. And then Jordan Bell with the okey-doke dunk.
Kenny, we were talking earlier about a Dana Altman coach team. They're fun to watch.
Fun to watch. You know what? I didn't know Young had that in him. I know he could. But that was left-handed.
Yeah.
Jumping off the one thing that Oklahoma that we were talking about when Charles was here is the difference between inside play and outside play. I always felt that in NCAA the guard play could take advantage in a one-game situation more than a actual big can. You know, we saw it with Shabazz Napier, but even when Kentucky went to the finals, you know, I thought the Harrison twins, their guard play was the difference that got them there, their ability to manhandle other guards. So for me, when I see Young against Oklahoma State, I'm going to gravitate towards Young because for 40 minutes, you control the basketball and you control the tempo of the game. 48 in 7-game series, you can't do it. But for 40 minutes, you definitely can.
Oregon is a 6-point winner, 79-73. Meanwhile, Albany against Oklahoma.
Jordan Woodard going to make a beautiful pass here to Tayshaun Thomas, who slams it home. Oklahoma off and running early. Then the Great Danes' Peter Hooley doing a nice job making that layup. It's a 3-point game.
Watch this
and
one.
Then deep from downtown, Peter Hooley. Staying close were the Great Danes. But there's Tayshaun Thomas again going to work, +10 for the Sooners. And right now, 9-point lead for Oklahoma.
Halftime, the Sooners with the lead, 37-28. And in Seattle earlier, Davidson and the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Iowa Hawkeyes came in, I thought, as one of the more prime teams in terms of how well they have played of late, and got off to a great start here. Take a look at Davidson. That's Jack Gibbs, got a little fortuitous bounce off the top of the board.
I guess that's lucky.
Yeah, that is fortunate. Yeah, and Mike Gasell, underrated point guard, knocking down that 3. And Iowa has pushed this thing out.
Wow.
Wally,
23.
Wally, he said underrated. You know, I kind of feel that's kind of what Iowa is coming out of this Big Ten group.
You know, the whole Big Ten, I think, has been a little underrated. They've really played well in this tournament. With the Big 12s going 0-3 yesterday, and then Oklahoma State losing today, Kansas got a good win. It looked like Oklahoma's going to go on. The Big Ten has really, really surprised me. That's a team, that's a league I didn't think was as good. Today, they've really brought it, and they went undefeated.
They've been fortunate, too, Wally. You know, and, you know, again, when you weren't here, I was talking about matchups.
Right.
They caught some fortunate matchups.
Okay.
You know, and I think the Big 12 had a great year. They battled each other. They played well with outside the conference throughout the regular season. But they just caught some unfortuitous
yeah, that can happen. Matchup, sure.
And that, I think that's it more than anything. Doesn't mean that they didn't have a great year. They didn't deserve the 7 teams in.
That's right.
Does not mean that at all. It just means that the wrong matchup came in round 1 and in second round.
But I'm also a believer that you prove how good your league really is in the NCAA tournament. With all the debates we have about who's the strongest conference, strength of schedule this, strength of schedule that, what are you going to do in the tournament? And the Big Ten's really brought it, along with the Big East.
Hashmere unfortuitous. All right, time now for the Capital One Venture Card double of the day. Maryland freshman point guard Melo Trimble led the Terrapins to a 65-62 win over a tough Valparaiso team. He scored 14. He had 10 rebounds in the win. He's pretty good.
As good as he was, Des Wells was just as good in terms of big plays.
That's
Des
right.
Wells made some huge plays down the stretch.
That's what he does,
You know, he made every possible defensive play and offensive play that he was involved in that he should have been.
And I think his leadership has been great, too, all season long, helping Melo Trimble have the freshman year that he's had.
Time for a short break. Capital One Tournament Central continues.
State Farm National Bureau of Assists agent Cliff Paul is a visionary assister, just like his twin brother, Chris Paul. Cliff's signature no-ask assist is always a customer pleaser.
Don't worry, Greg. I'm here to help with the window. He's here to help with the passing.
No matter where the assist is needed, it always ends up in the right hands. The best assist is one you never see coming.
The gunman. The target is approaching.
Roger that. It was a setup.
It's a biggest mistake ever made.
Boom.
The gunman. Rated R. Now playing.
Strong can heal from miles away. Unite us for a common good. And turn a simple video into endless laughter. Strong can take you all the way to the summit.
So cool!
Baloo. Think what Strong can do for you.
Can I play too? She asked.
AT&T's network now has the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
It's 2 for $5 coming at you live.
Hey, sir, welcome to Burger King. How are you? See what he
No
orders.
pressure. All of America's watching.
Original chicken sandwich.
Big King! And the foul.
How are you going to lose when you mix and match?
Mix and match 2 large premium sandwiches for $5 only at Burger King. Bring us your baffling.
Bring us your audacious.
We want your sticky notes, sketchbooks, and scribbles. Let's pin them to the wall. Kick them around.
Kick them around, see what happens.
Because we're in the how do I get this startup off the ground business.
The taking your business, global business.
We're in the problem-solving business. 400,000 people.
Ready to help you solve problems while they're still called
Opportunities. From figuring it out to getting it done.
We're here to help.
And 3, 2... Oh, do you not say 1 here? Sorry. Got it.
The Late Late Show with James Corden, Monday on CBS.
A new bromance blossoms.
I'm so excited. Rodney's my right-hand guy. This game is about me and you. This is perfect.
New Survivor, CBS Wednesday.
Thursday Night Football is back on CBS and NFL Network.
The Moroccan Desert. Last year, Mercedes-Benz sent one vehicle to conquer an unforgiving 1,500-mile race. The Sprinter. Engineered for the toughest challenge, the real world, with superior control, stability, and efficiency. Powering your business to the finish line, wherever that may be. Now available as 4x4. Mercedes-Benz. Vans born to run.
Your story doesn't add up. Where were you Friday night?
I told you.
Tell me again about this deal.
I switched to Time Warner Cable and got more HD and movies from Epix, ultra-fast internet, and unlimited nationwide calling.
Go on.
With TV equipment included, all for $89.99 a month. And for $9.99 a month, I added HBO.
Wow.
He's telling the truth.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this show.
Oh, yeah, you can binge on that all weekend.
Call now to get free installation and ask how to upgrade to 300 meg internet. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Fires for three. Yes. Send it in with the dart. Oh, rejected.
The dunk by Spencer.
Again, he did it. Got it. Are you kidding me?
Hey guys, down here in Florida right now for spring training. It's become quite the ritual watching my San Diego State Aztecs here in March Madness. I'm looking forward to the game tonight against St. John's. Hopefully we can come out swinging, come out with that full court press, making a ton of buckets, and just ride the train all the way to the Final Four. Go Aztecs.
That's some pretty good support. Steven Strasburg, the big dog on maybe the best pitching staff in all of baseball. Last time we saw San Diego State, Steve Fisher was saying prior to the Mountain West Championship game, we know we're in. Do you think that affected the Aztecs in that loss to Wyoming?
No, I really don't think so. They had a tough time putting the ball in the basket, which has been the issue with San Diego State all season long. I mean, we know how good they are defensively, but they've struggled to score, and I think this is a matchup that's comfortable for St. John's because they can score in a small ball attacking style, and if they can play downhill and knock down jumpers, I think St. John's wins this game.
Well, I think,
that's a game that Wyoming really needed. You know, like you said, they needed that game to get into the tournament. In San Diego State, they go through these lulls where they just can't score the basketball. So if St. John's can speed up the tempo, watch out, because they have a lot more skill and shooting ability than San Diego State does.
Well, if you look at San Diego State, the reason they have trouble is if you said, what is the best attribute, and you ask the best top 8 players, they're all going to say something other than shooting the basketball. Right. So you're going to struggle because they don't have a scorer mentality at any position from as their strongest suit. St. John's, on the other hand, the strongest suit on most of their guys is scoring. So this is going to be fun to watch. I want to see if the game opens up, meaning if St. John's is able to open up the lane and make it a penetrate and pitch game, they win easy.
And I think if they do that, to do that, I think they've got to get off to a good start and maybe play from the front. And then put more pressure on that San Diego State half-court defense.
All right, guys, let's give you a quick 60-second look now at some of the other games from today, and we'll begin with New Mexico State against Kansas. Kansas, the number 2 seed, Jamari Traylor knocking the ball loose, gets it back, jams it home, 44-30 at that point. Kansas rolled. Georgia and Michigan State. Charles Mann of the Bulldogs. The bank shot to cut the Spartans' lead to 2. Michigan State's Bryn Forbes with 3, gets the foul 2. 4-point play. The Spartans went on to win. Buffalo, West Virginia. Xavier Ford, the 3 to tie the game at 62. But Tarek Phillip makes a clutch 3 with time winding down. West Virginia held on to win it by 6. Indiana, Wichita State. Fred Van Vliet through the lane, lays it in, got the foul. Indiana was up Wichita State by 2 in the last minute. Takale Cotton put it up, and Wichita State a winner. Belmont, Virginia, Reese Chamberlain to Craig Bradshaw, and then London Ferrantes, the bounce pass to Anthony Gill, and Virginia moves on. And UC Irvine, Louisville. Louisville's Wayne Blackshear, the driving layup. And after Louisville took the lead on free throws, the Anteaters trying to tie the game. Alex Young slips. Louisville grabs it, holds on, a 57-55 winner. This is the first chance. Well, first of all, let me do this. Who delivered the Buick expectations? Shattering performance of the day. Tune into Inside March Madness presented by Buick and find out. I want to ask you real quick, because it's the first chance we've had to take your temperature today. How's your Final Four bracket looking?
You know what? It looks like this. It looks like this because of my old teammate, Freddie Hoiberg and the Iowa State Cyclones. Although, in honor of the Gnome, I also picked the Arizona Wildcats to win the national championship. I think they match up very well with Kentucky at every position and have a little bit more experience.
I still have a perfect bracket.
But it would be an upset.
I still have a perfect bracket.
You have a perfect bracket as we go.
Carolina put one in so his brackets
beforehand. That's how you do it. That's how you get a perfect bracket, Kenny.
Or you just put one team and you put UNC at the end, and you still, as long as they win, you're good.
If you had a choice, we've asked this of the guys before. Do you take Kentucky or do you take the field?
That's a good one. You know, I just think there's so much pressure on Kentucky. It hasn't happened since that Indiana team went undefeated in so long. I take the field. I also take the field against Tiger Woods, too, so in his prime.
We're back with more Capital One Tournament Central after this.
This is Capital One Tournament Central.
And now, let's see how coaches apply their lessons from the court to everything off of it. Presented by Infinity.
Well, the game of basketball affords us an opportunity to learn not just about the game, but learn about life, to learn what trust really means, what loyalty, reaction to failure, how you handle success. I think it's the greatest class our guys take.
This year, create a bracket that helps coaches beat cancer. Register now at cbssports.com/infinity.
In the fraction of time we spend driving in reverse, about 500,000 accidents occur each year, which is why the Infiniti QX60 has world's first safety technology available, like backup collision intervention, which can brake even before you do, to help keep everyone safe. The Infiniti QX60.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Make a left at the drugstore.
Thanks, Mom. It's all right here on the head-up display.
My mom used to yell heads up when she spotted a twister coming across the plains. Heads up!
Okay, that's loud, Mom.
Oh, that's how he did it on the plains. We're plains people.
You're from Queens, Mom.
BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in now to the BMW Sports Activity Sales Event for exceptional offers.
Thanks for watching the NCAA tournament.
Right here on CBS 2.
Coming up next, here on CBS, an 8-9 matchup in the South. San Diego State and St. John's. The winner gets Duke. We'll see you back here at halftime. Enjoy the game, everyone.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, Buick, and by Budweiser.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What do they get?
I don't know. But it's pretty nice. Maybe he got a raise.
Good for him.
Good for her.
The expectation-shattering Buick Enclave.
During the Buick March Madness event, get cash back for a sweet 16% of MSRP on select Buick vehicles in stock the longest. That's nearly $8,400 on this Enclave.
Good afternoon.
Hi, checking in, sir?
Reservation under Jackson.
You're using your real name?
Checking in?
Yes, Charkley. Barles Charkley.
For real?
I want Barles on this one.
Ah, welcome back, Mr. Charkley. Mr. Mars Blackman.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Enjoy your stay.
Mars, Barles, shall we? Look, everybody, it's Spike Lee and Charles Barkley.
Wow. Love the color.
Oh, thanks. I went to Lowe's and they helped me pick out the color and gave me a few tips to do it myself.
Well, it looks amazing.
You know, now that it's done, you know what else I'm going to finally try? Wearing a fedora.
Fedora twins! Down by 2, just under 30 seconds left in regulation. Allen brings it up the court. He dribbles left and
official chicken of sports fans. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
For NCIS LA,
back in the game,
solving crime is a slam dunk.
That's my partner, Sam Hanna, ladies and gentlemen.
New NCIS LA Monday.
Inside here in Charlotte for the final game of the day here. St. John's and San Diego State, an 8-9 matchup with the winner to take on Duke Sunday here in North Carolina in the Queen City. Hello, friends, again. It's Jim Nance along with Grant Hill and Bill Raftery and Tracy Wolfson. And this one should be a really good one. We've been waiting for it all day.
It'll be a great game, Jim. And, you know, with San Diego State, with the Red Storm having their big guy out or Crystal Bepka not playing, they got to go inside and attack the front line of the Red Storm. We know San Diego State is all about defense, but tonight offense, get inside and get inside early.
You shocked both of us. I'm surprised you're talking about defense.
You weren't the big stopper when you were playing it, too, but St. John's great, and defensively have to play small, a major problem for them.
By the way, former National Defensive Player of the Year.
What are you talking about here?
Come on.
Defense.
Give the man his due. Here's the starting lineups with St. John's. 2 seniors, or actually 4 seniors for St. John's and San Diego State. A very experienced team as well. 3 seniors and a pair of juniors. So some big bodies out on this floor right now. And this should be a game that's going to be every possession is going to be a battle.
Oh, no question about it. Both teams, and the length of San Diego State is so impressive. And right now, Jim Nance, Grant Hill, St. John's goes.
And San Diego State will bring it up first. Nice working inside, and Spencer is fouled going up.
Great cut, great pass inside. Spencer, lively body, cut into the basket.
Foul on Jordan. But this St. John's team without the eraser in there, if you will, the great shot blocker. As you mentioned, Grant, Obekpa suspended for 2 weeks for violation of team rules. Got to watch this form one more time for Spencer at the line. As you see, Steve Lavin returning the Red Storm to the tournament for the first time since 2011.
And you mentioned the form. That is a flick. How about that one?
Yeah, got the second one to go.
He's not going to win many fouls at the amusement park.
Not a lot of style points.
No, but he can negate at the rim, and that's what they love most about him.
St. John's has 4 guards out. The Pointer starting at center, spreading the floor, using their quickness.
Beautiful shot down the floor the first time out.
Branch is one of those kids. He gives you points. I mean, he's the choreographer, gets them in their stuff, but what a bonus, drilling it.
St. John's is in a kind of a 1-3-1 zone.
Tapped up and in by Spencer.
Trying to push and attack before the defense gets set. See if they can pressure on the defensive end as well, St. John's.
Here's Pointer. Spin move, and that's a nice move for 2 by Sir Dominic.
He's had a great season, Jim. Really solid all-around play. A little matchup now to confuse. Size should prevail if they get good shots up front.
O'Brien almost has it stripped away.
A great post-up kid, even though he plays facing the hoop as well.
San Diego State, the Aztecs, 26-7 on the year. Lob inside. Somehow it almost got out of the hands of Skylar Spencer. Been seeing a lot of action down low early.
This nice little drive sets up an opportunity to just tip it in. You know, good solid play. Shepard puts it on the deck, and how about the drop step and finish, a little twirl. Nice little knockdown.
Gonna have 2 more flicks at the line for Spencer, but the big thing that's happened here is that Rashid Jordan's already picked up 2 fouls.
And they are limited. They just don't have depth.
That's talking about Spencer's form, but he's 2 for 3 right now, Coach.
It's all the outcome, right?
think St. John's has got to push it here. Don't let San Diego State's defense get set.
Going to be a backcourt violation.
And one thing about turnovers, though, if you do it where it becomes a dead ball, it's not quite as severe and get your defense organized.
So there's Steve Fisher, and what a sensational job he's done with this program. Took over a downtrodden program that had only 4 wins the year before he took over, and that first season wasn't easy. It was a 5-win season, but look at all the times now he's brought this team to the NCAAs. 8th time he's taken the Aztecs to the tournament, after taking Michigan 7 times.
Resurrected a moribund on nice lens side. That's where O'Brien is tough, I think.
Tie up, and it'll go the other way.
Steve Fisher, one of the great coaches in college basketball. And there was virtually no tradition out there in San Diego State when he arrived. But now there's an expectation. You expect to see them here in the tournament every year because of the job he's done.
And I think, Jim, you were talking about a great recruiting class they had, too, right? Another turnover.
It's going to be a second backcourt violation. They say, no, that was not touched by San Diego State. Jordan's making an appeal. And how about Jordan staying on the floor right now this early with the 2 fouls and
finally getting him out, though.
Yeah, now they're going to bring him out.
Yeah, he was the last to touch, had control on the one side, the offensive side. Touched it before on the other. A little dialogue now, probably wants to play, not understanding. And a long way to go here.
Quinn back outside. Holy. Banks it in.
Wow, he's familiar with the color at the other end, the red shirts.
And he got a foul as well.
How about that? A little kiss.
Yes, he is familiar. Started his college career at St. John's. He was actually Steve Lavin's first recruit. And the foul call is on D'Angelo Harrison.
Unbelievable attack, trying to slide by, but good for him. He's had a tough year. This kid been through a lot.
And here comes Harrison, 3rd all-time scorer in St. John's history. Holy.
Got to get back. St. John's going to really push the attack.
It's a 2.
Short.
And St. John's touches it last.
How about the pace here, Coach? Getting up and down.
I think
some thoroughbreds out there.
I think they feel they have to, don't you?
Yeah, no, you have to. You have to get out, try to get some easy baskets. Don't let that defense get set.
O'Brien great at manufacturing that post-up. Likes to back in and find people as well. A lot of offensive rebounding, I think.
Holy again, all net.
He's got some size over these guards. Got a great vantage point.
The reach-in call here on Shepard.
Coach, he banked it in and said, why not? Let me shoot another.
Yeah.
Holy feeling good. You know he wants to play well against his former team, the Red Storm.
He has led this 7-0 run by the Aztecs. They brought in Trey Kell now. The Aztecs have. Long rebound out the branch.
Nice settle here. And they got to get all those long ones. They're going to jack up deep. Cover.
Overshot it. Holy with the outlet to Winston Shepard. He's in the paint. Almost has it stripped.
I think he was fouled. Aztec ball. Winston Shepard, another guy, 6'8", can handle the ball. A little point forward action for the Aztec.
He can drive it, finds people. Very good inside, you're right.
The length, though, of Shepard and Holy.
He's not going to step outside and hurt you too much, but inside he is dynamite.
And the size of Spencer down low. Here is Shepard. Harrison snaps it out to Pointer. Right down the middle for 2.
This kid is big time. Aggressive by nature. Really pursues that 10 in the open floor.
This season became the 50th player in program history to reach 1,000 career points. Talking about Pointer. Holy for the 3rd time. And another bang.
Your best friend. That glass. Oh my goodness.
He knows that Bill Raftery's here tonight.
He might catch some CDs.
A Lee has it again.
Not a good look to Jones.
Shepard thought about it. Decided not to challenge Pointer.
A little bit of a match here. You got to get over. Getting good looks here, but maybe you got to pass the one. Got to get into the gaps.
Here comes Harrison. Lost the handle on it. It's going to be foul call on Kell outside, but Dwayne Poley's been the story at the start of this game.
Boy, I've been waiting in line all night to cash my check, huh? Tell her, please, knock it down.
In the fraction of time we spend driving in reverse, about 500,000 accidents occur each year, which is why the Infiniti QX60 has world's first safety technology available, like backup collision intervention, which can brake even before you do, to help keep everyone safe. The Infiniti QX60.
My favorite movie, Big Lebowski.
Oh, Princess Bride. It's so good.
Call of Duty.
Greatest game of all time. You know what the greatest show of all time would be? Found. It's just one episode. This trailer looks great.
It's like the bluest blue I've ever seen.
How much more black could this be? The answer is none. Plane lands, and then another plane comes over and goes, there they are.
Somebody in his life gets kidnapped, and once again, he will not have it.
He just like shoves her in front of that train.
What?
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 What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
So good.
What? Say what again?
Look at the color.
Right? Nightclub court. Everybody's guilty. That's good. Of having fun. What?
Gotta watch one more. The best TV deserves the best TV. Introducing Samsung SUHD TV with more color than ever before.
Southwest is having a sale.
I love it. I love it.
Because the college acceptance letters keep coming.
I love it. Yeah? This one's awesome, Dad.
The basketball scholarships, not so much. Book for as low as $73 one way now at southwest.com.
Who delivered the Buick expectation-shattering performance of the day? Tune in to Inside March Madness, presented by Buick, and find out. Let's go right over to Tracy.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. Both teams not concerned with the late start time. Steve Fisher told me for his team, he was able to stay on Pacific time and a regular schedule. As for Steve Lavin, he said for his team, they were able to soak up the madness today and yesterday. They were able to watch the upsets and learn from the upsets and learn and see how teams are ready and some are not. And he hopes his team learned just from that and came to play today, guys.
Steve Lavin, who's seen this college game from so many different vantage points, is a graduate assistant, and then of course head coach is a real young man at UCLA, then 7 years as a top basketball analyst before going back into it as a coach at St. John's.
Are you inferring anything the way you looked at this on that comment?
There's no hot seat over there.
Because it was amazing him talking about John Wooden, the respect he had, the knowledge he soaked up, right?
I got to see a lot of those exchanges firsthand, UCLA games, the respect naturally anybody would have for Wooden, but he treated Coach Wooden with tremendous dignity there in Coach's latter years.
With reverence. Speaking of reverence, Steve Fisher, what a gentleman. Great to see him enjoying this stage.
There's Branch, who's already come in and hit 2 jumpers.
Yeah, that's his game, that mid-range game.
There's a 3 on the other end.
That's where they got to compete. St. John's on the glass. Good hustle.
Control on the floor for San Diego State along with Poe. Green got it in time.
That's
Comes
a
up
struggle.
short.
That's a struggle.
You got to hit that.
Yeah. Good look.
Again, from the corner. Pope back to the rim, and I thought for a moment Foley would have it. Pointer takes advantage of the loose ball.
Well, you're right, Jim. That's exactly what they have to do. Anything down and dirty, they got to get their hands on it, outrace people, outfight them.
For the life of me, I can't understand why the Aztecs are settling for jump shots. Continue to exploit the size differential on side. Get it on the side and get your feet wet in the paint. Get to the free throw line.
I think they're a little confused with this matchup zone. There you go, Coach Grant. Got to catch it first.
The freshman took his eye off of it. And Pointer again. He's been strong going to the basket.
They are aggressive.
He's a one-man fast break.
Unbelievable. Blow-by ability. And they are energized right now.
Pointer has 8. Branch has 4.
Right now, I think it's O'Brien, the guy that's got to get some touches. JJ really a great offensive force in mind. And they know they double.
Holy travel. Pointer's hit his first 4 shots, and he's just taken off on a couple of occasions.
You said get down and get dirty. Well, Pointer's doing that. Getting the steal, getting in transition, and this one here, Coach, just taking it coast to coast.
He's
crafty with the ball, finishing at the rim.
Not the least bit afraid in the attack mode.
I talked to Marquette coach Steve Wojciechowski about Pointer. He said the second half of the Big East season, he thought he was the best player in conference. A player who's improved every year and playing at a great level right now.
And Wojo knows.
There's Branch.
Yeah, he can make it, but I'd rather see him in the mid-range game.
Pope. Open man in the corner with the 3. Doesn't go. It was Quinn who missed. Pope on the putback.
Pointer, I guess, but that kid around that rim and outside, what a great-looking prospect. Length, talent.
And, Coach, you know that a zone is so hard to rebound. Finding your man in a zone, and Aztecs crashing the glass, keeping the game alive, keeping the ball alive.
First foul on Pointer. Watch live games on your Amazon Fire HD, Windows, or other connected devices with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today.
You know, the word on the street, Jim, is that Pope saw Grant Hill's hairdo when he was making hay at Duke and followed suit. Figured if it's good enough for an All-American, why not him?
Smart guy. You get a little higher with that haircut. Jump high.
Pointer down and out. Rebound fed back outside.
Ali Begovic.
Harrison.
Ali Begovic can help them. Can make a little shot outside, pick and pop, and just gives him some size out there.
Yeah, he's 6'9". Ali Begovic, the freshman from Rome, Italy.
I'm sure Lavin liked that recruiting trip. All that fine wine in Rome, you know?
Yeah.
Strigley, a good shooter. They'd like to see him drive a little bit more, talking to Steve.
Quinn had a good look. And Pointer again. Taking off and spinning around, and they let him go. And he is able to find the basket again.
Wojo was right. A lot of people that watched this kid play was pretty darn good. Aggressive.
Sir Dominic. Little royalty, it sounds like. He's got 10 for St. John's. 10 of their 16 will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
Time for the big dance, y'all.
That's what they used to call me back in college, Doc. The Big Dance. Strong nickname.
The Big Dance?
There's no way.
Help me up, Doc. Impressive.
Get stronger. AT&T's network now has the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
Those drinks you can't get off your mind? Now you can get every 7th one free. New 7 rewards from 7-Eleven. Get our app, then get every 7th cup free. Any size, your way. 7 rewards, only at 7-Eleven.
Tuesday.
We have reclaimed Erebor. Now we defend it.
As evil grows,
The darkness has returned.
courage unites.
Rallying to their king.
Own The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies on digital HD now or Blu-ray Tuesday.
Only Dove Men Plus Care Antiperspirant has 48-hour sweat protection plus 1 quarter moisturizer technology. It keeps your underarms dry without irritation. Tough on sweat, not on skin.
Hi, I'm James Corden, the new host of The Late Late Show. First guest is Tom Hanks. Yeah, I love Forrest Gump.
The Late Late Show with James Corden premieres Monday on CBS.
Don't miss Mike and Molly, 8:30, 7:30 Central, CBS Monday.
These streets, they can be pretty crazy. You know what your solution to that is? A new Ford Fusion, Escape, or Explorer. You'll get the control of all-wheel drive and intelligent four-wheel drive, so almost nothing gets in your way. And your blind spots are covered. Talk about the total package. Ford has it big time.
Now lease a Fusion with no charge, sync and sound for $149 a month, or get up to $2,750 cash back at your local Ford dealer.
I believe men of talent have a part to play in the war to come. The Seven Kingdoms need someone strong. A ruler loved by millions with a powerful army and the right family name.
Good luck finding him.
Who said anything about him?
On the court, we're always open to try. Show us you're open to try and go to CokeZero.com. Well, St. John's getting a big performance here from Sir Dominic Pointer to have the early edge on the Aztecs.
He's pounding that chest, and why not, you know? Aggressive. What were you saying on the open floor that you would do different when he goes on that one-man fast break?
The Aztecs have to get back transition defense, and they have to form a wall. 2 or 3 bodies have to pack the paint. Got to have no driving lanes. That'll be an adjustment there for San Diego State.
Most improved player in the Big East this year. Let's go to Tracy.
Well, thanks a lot, Grant. You were talking about San Diego State needing to get back on transition. That is exactly what Steve Fisher said in the huddle. Get back and run, stop the ball. He probably said it 10 or 11 times to his team.
Meanwhile, on this end of the floor, Tracy, they haven't hit a shot in almost 4 minutes.
Trying to go inside. Nice denial. Causes the turnover. Quinn doesn't get a great angle. And the hold off run is Spencer explaining to him, bring that dribble down and get it in.
St. John's 8 field goals, 6 of which have come in the paint. Most of which comes from Pointer, just getting it going.
You know, Akil Quinn had not committed a turnover in the last 3 games. Got one there.
A lot of ISO. Harrison's been very quiet. Really a good offensive player, too. In or out. Look at his strength going to the rim.
Oh, my goodness.
This kid can really great aggression as he attacks.
Harrison over 2,000 points in his career. And all he's wanted is to play in the NCAA tournament. Finally getting a chance here in his senior season.
A great maturation process for this kid. Early on struggled. Steve worked very hard. Really got himself organized. Good shooter here at Trigley.
Oh, and he comes right in and hits a 3. Some basketball pedigree in his family, Raph.
Yeah, it's his dad. It's a good player at BC. He's in the building here. Sort of got away from him. Too busy saying his pregame prayers.
Shepard.
Here we go.
Can they shut off Pointer?
There you go.
Form the wall there right there. Form the wall.
He can shoot it.
Ollie Begovic off on that one. Here's the lob, and St. John's was ready for it. Trigley again, and he's hit 2, coming right in, the sophomore from San Diego.
That's why Steve Fisher wins. Knew which button to push. That should open things up for the low post game.
6 points in a 41-second span by Shrigley. Harrison gets off the shot.
He's a really good, creative, offensive mind.
Only Chris Mullen and Malik Sealy more points in their careers at St. John's than D'Angelo Harrison.
Terrific company. St. John's legends.
Shepard working hard for it, tapping it, no. Tapped up and in, though, by Skylar Spencer.
Being in the right spot, all the white shirts. Again, size a problem, and zone, you just don't get those check-out responsibilities.
Pointer again gets penetration, but San Diego State comes out with it.
Might be the first mistake tonight from Pointer.
It's Quinn.
Good fight for that.
Pointer slow to get up. Still down at the other end. Jefferson bounce pass picked off by Pointer, who was the co-defensive player of the year in the Big East.
A little fatigue right now for Pointer. He's exhausted. You mentioned he got knocked down.
San Diego State doing a better job here. 3 guys getting back, forming a wall. Nowhere to go for Pointer. No easy baskets in transition. Got to do that.
And right here, just aggressive play, what should have been the highlight, I think, for St. John's activity. And he's just taking a blow here. Little fatigue.
Yeah, all that he's doing, he deserves a rest.
Christian Jones on the floor for the Red Storm, number 4. Traveling ball. Alamu also out there for Coach Steve Lavin as Pointer gets a little breather. Got the under 8 now to get some extra time as well.
Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart each and every day. Put a little love in your heart. 1, 2, 3, boom.
Here comes the flow you ought to know. Delightful, truly insightful. It's the legendary with the #1 show. Watch out.
These are basketballs. Both are round, wrapped in the same leather, filled with the same amount of air. Because they're the same. Except for one thing, the price. You wouldn't pay more for the same thing. So why pay more for the same satellite TV? Dish gives you the same games, the same upsets, and the same buzzer beaters, all for less than DirecTV. And you want to talk tourney? Dish lets you split your screen and catch 2 games at once. Boom shakalaka. Take the Dish challenge and save $250 guaranteed. Call Dish now.
Signature service, baby.
At Jiffy Lube, we want you to have it all. Expertise and convenience. That's why with our range of services and our award-winning training program, you can be sure to find our expert technicians around almost every corner.
All good?
Sure is.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Ask for Pennzoil and score up to $25 off your next oil change. Jiffy Lube, leave worry behind.
1, 2, 3, boom. Huh, huh, huh. Hey. Let's go.
All-State Good Hands update. Ernie Johnson in New York. Let's catch up with the Wisconsin Badgers and watch Nigel Hayes do some work here off the offensive glass, working for the tip, and finally gets it to fall. Under a minute to go in the first half. They lead Coastal Carolina. Meantime, on True TV, Albany and Oklahoma. and that's the Sooners' Isaiah Cousins for 3 and a 9-point lead as they play late in the second half. Let's get back to Charlotte. Jim, Raph, Grant, Tracy.
All right, EJ, thank you. That Oklahoma Albany game in Columbus out of the East bracket. They got another one there later tonight between Providence and Dayton. And Pointer was getting stretched out during that break, Tracy.
Yeah, that's right, Jim. He was definitely fatigued, but he also fell on that tailbone. The trainer told me that he gave him just a little Advil, a little Tylenol. They stretched him out. He's back out there. He should be good to go.
San Diego State with O'Brien driving in. They haven't had many shots in the paint so far, Grant.
Well, Ty, out of the 20 field goal attempts thus far for San Diego State, 12 have been threes. Coach, if you're open, there's a reason. Don't settle, drive to the basket, get to the paint.
You're right. And they average 18 attempts a game, too. So wise to go inside. O'Brien, I think, the key guy for that team.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. So I want to make sure that's not an issue if you have to go down there. Okay.
Harrison. As Pointer steps in for the 2.
Wow. How about this kid? So much. Maybe I should pull a muscle.
It's an area of the game where he's improved, too. That mid-range, pull-up jump shot.
Just don't pull the vocal cord. We need you. We got a lot of tournament games to go. O'Brien.
At least he's getting involved in the game. So important for this club. Look, don't leave him.
Green had a tough angle, but negotiates it home.
Terrific. It was so aggressive going to that rim.
Phil Green, the 4th. Foley, another 3. This is a kid that made 15 on the entire season. And already tonight, he's 4 out of 5.
So much for emotion, huh? Really trying to show St. John's what they lost.
Is this the kind of pace you expected, Raph, for this game?
I did. I knew St. John's would try and make it small ball, push, get shots like this, and make sure that they get back. And Aiden Shrigley can pull that trigger.
It's Cal. Couldn't ask for a better look. Out of bounds going to St. John's. See why critics are saying the new drama, Battle Creek, is full of surprises. An all-new Battle Creek, Sunday after the Good Wife only CBS.
Grant makes a valid point. You know, you're going to get these open looks. You can get better shots. You can get that late in the clock.
They really break you down off the dribble here at St. John's. A great isolation one-on-one.
Behind the back to Pointer. Gets set. Oh, gets stuck.
Another neck ball.
For the second time tonight.
2 for 23 from deep. That's not his game. You had mentioned his mid-range game. And this is just a little bit off that stroke. Attack or the mid-range. If you have a lot of neck balls, your percentage goes down, by the way. There you go. And this is where he peaks and finds or develops his own game.
Spencer.
Nice rebound.
Oh, but O'Brien is right there for the putback. St. John's couldn't grasp it.
This is where Steve Fisher's team, they impose their will with great length, great coverage, always in a help position.
O'Brien on Pointer. Harrison.
They're getting pretty good looks, though.
They're getting great looks. I'd like to see right now.
Whoa. Holy. O'Brien for the second time in 2 trips. Able to get the little putback.
Is that a heat check by Foley right there?
I think so. And O'Brien, he came over to chat with us yesterday. He's got good size and strength. Not a bad foul here by Foley.
Yeah, J.J. O'Brien, first team All-Mountain West.
It happens when you have small guys playing the back line of the zone. O'Brien able to go right over, get it chippy.
From Rancho Cucamonga, California, it looked like he was going to go with Steve Fisher in San Diego State out of high school, but went to Utah and then ended up transferring back. And Fisher was brokenhearted when the kid didn't initially come to the Aztec program. Calls him one of the smartest players he's ever coached.
How about that shot?
How about that? Up and over is Phil Green, the fourth.
There's some combos on the wings here, and they go 2-3 big. De La Rosa. Spelling, see if they get some rebounds out of him.
Got to go fast here.
Bell to Spencer. Shrigley for the third time. Yes!
Flash. This kid can fill it. Woo. One more time when you drill him like that.
Aztecs have matched their largest lead at 7. Harrison will take it.
Is that on the rim?
That was awfully close.
Yep.
Up ahead. J.J. O'Brien. And a timeout called by Steve Lavin.
The Aztecs feed off their defense. O'Brien gets out, finishes. And Steve Fisher is smiling.
Come on, make it. Make it. Come on. Make it.
My Fire HD. Chill, Reggie. Fire HD's passed 25 stress tests.
It's super tough. Oh, it's not busted. Your bracket is.
What?
The Fire HD, engineered by Amazon.
Go ahead and swipe your card whenever you're ready.
I don't have one.
Are you going to pay cash?
Actually, I just want to take it and then pay for it a little bit as I go.
Are you kidding?
A little bit here, a little bit there. What do you think? I don't really want to buy it right now. Hey, how's it going? And so I thought maybe just like 25 bucks a week.
We can't do that.
Oh.
At Rent-A-Center you can. Take it now and pay as you go without credit. Get a big 60-inch LG LED Smart TV for just $24.99 a week. And do game day right, only at Rent-A-Center.
Move out of your mom's basement, they said. Launch that startup you always talked about, they said. Then sell that startup for billions, they said. Because, really, it's time to go, they said. Just talk to a Century 21 agent, they said. Like Sarah, she won't rest until she finds your perfect home, they said. Because you can never bring a date to mom's basement, they said.
You must have the best agent in the business.
What he said.
Century 21 agents. Smarter, bolder, faster.
And this new Buick even has Wi-Fi.
Your Buick has Wi-Fi?
Her Buick has Wi-Fi? Seriously? Seriously?
So I can update my blog from your car?
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
Good job, Jensen.
Available built-in Wi-Fi.
It's Johnson.
That's expectation shattering. That's the new Buick.
You have a blog?
During the Buick March Madness event, get cash back for a sweet 16% of MSRP on select Buick vehicles in stock the longest. That's nearly $6,300 on this LaCrosse.
Academy Award winner Patricia Arquette stars in television's new hit drama.
Someone set a fire through the internet.
Let's go get this guy. New CSI Cyber this Wednesday.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by Fiat, Taco Bell, and by LG.
Back in Charlotte, we've had a 14-point swing in the last 7 minutes, and what's been the trigger point of that?
Dwayne Polee coming off the bench, getting hot from deep range. The air's kind of thin out there, Coach. He banked a couple, he hit a couple in transition. He's feeling good out there, and they're finding him That's deep range right there for a guy who's shooting 25% from the three-point line.
It's unbelievable. He's going to the bank after hours and still being rewarded.
Hey, come to Charlotte. This is a banking mecca.
That's right.
True.
Great point.
You got to do what you got to do in Charlotte.
Is this where you have all your investments, huh?
Yeah. That's where it all started. My original hometown. Proud to say.
I know you have a few of
I got a few, but born here in Charlotte. Great city. Man, do they love their basketball.
You know, St. John's got to find a way to get some easy points, not getting the open floor. I think they got to run some action now. All the ISO, pretty good trained defensive team they're going against.
And I like the adjustment of putting Malik Hope on Pointer. His length can give Pointer some problems.
Here's Pointer.
There you go. Good call, Grant.
Oh, right arm cue, Grant. Tipped up, no. Pulled away by Chol. That length did come right into play.
It's the haircut.
He is a fun kid to watch on both ends of the floor, though. This is where he's at his best. Good footwork, good strength. And usually a better shot.
Branch. Looking through traffic. Kicks it back outside. Pointer won't take it. Green will. Green able to knock it down.
He of the two in the backcourt there, 39% from three. Nice patience.
I'd like to see O'Brien get to the free throw line, get in that little soft spot in the zone instead of posting up. He really thrives in that high post area.
That was the first three of the game for the Red Storm, and meanwhile, Shrigley's pass. Fortunate to end up in the hands of O'Brien. And a foul call on St. John's. And a break in the action. Just a minute and 20 to go in the half.
Make a left at the drugstore.
Thanks, Mom. It's all right here on the head-up display.
My mom used to yell heads up when she spotted a twister coming across the plains. Heads up!
Okay, that's loud, Mom.
Oh, that's how he did it on the plains. We're plains people.
You're from Queens, Mom.
BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry in now to the BMW Sports Activity Sales Event for exceptional offers.
Next.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is important to us. Thank you for your patience.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority. We do things differently.
We'll take care of it.
We put members first.
Thank you.
Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Walls are barriers. They divide, separate, segregate. We've seen walls before. They always fall.
How many brackets you filling out?
There's nothing wrong with filling out multiple brackets.
Yeah, it cheapens the bracket.
It does not cheapen the bracket. If anything, it helps you prepare for any scenario. Like, maybe a 1 seed wins it all this year. Ooh, what a shocker. Boom, there it is.
Cheapens the bracket.
But maybe a 16 seed beats a 1 seed, which has never happened before. But maybe I have it right here.
Cheapens the bracket.
Maybe you should get on board with my foolproof system, man.
What, the cheapens the bracket system?
Buffalo Wild Wings, 21 sauces and seasonings, tons of taps, and countless flat screens. Nowhere is sports more alive.
Hello. I am here to offer sophisticated investing strategies. My technology can help you choose the right portfolio, monitor it, and automatically rebalance it, all without charging advisory fees, account service fees, or commissions. That may be hard to compute, but I'm a computer, so trust me, it computes. Say hello at intelligent.schwab.com.
Well, for the first time 8 years, we did not have a 12 over a 5. Of course, yesterday, the big story of the 14s, UAB and Georgia State. both pulling off upset wins. Kansas, 9th straight year, winning its first game. Maryland, going back to the Gary Williams days, 11 straight opening wins for the Terrapins program. Mark Turgeon and that team advancing.
Oh, what a nice year. We saw them last week. Terrific backcourt. Trimble and Wells.
Hey, the Big 12 yesterday was 0-3, but today 3 wins with Oklahoma, West Virginia, and Kansas. Inbounding now. Pass almost picked off by Green. He's got a little more than a minute to go in the half.
Usually goes through O'Brien. He tried a little back screen lob earlier against this matchup. Now more pure man.
O'Brien found a seam, and he takes advantage for 2.
Nice pace, you know, under control, strong going to that rim, avoiding any contact.
He's got 10 on the game. San Diego State's committed only 4 team fouls. Fouls to give here, but just 40 seconds to go before the intermission. Ooh, that pass.
Oh, the Vaz careless. Ooh, that's deep.
Is it ever? And that's good.
How about that? Presence by Pointer in traffic to kick it back. And this is a big stop, I think, for St. John's. Now first in timeout.
Timeout Aztecs. Big shot by Harrison.
Try your little tenderness. You got to love it gently. Don't lose her, no. Squeeze her, don't tease her, don't ever leave her. Try your little tenderness. You got to love it gently. Don't ever leave. You got
We've got AT&T at the half coming up. All the latest tournament news, highlights, and updates coming up on AT&T at the half. This could have been, had this not dropped, this could have been looking maybe even at a double-digit lead at halftime for San Diego State.
Harrison brings some calming influence, textbook form, holding the form, deep range. I'm impressed with the shooting of these young men, keeping the St. John's Red Storm in the game. The seniors put a lot of points up, and I see why.
A confident team. They bounce back ability. Tough find to Jim.
St. John's foul to give as well. Only 5 team fouls, but Quinn running it down now with 7. Pope thought about it. Now steps up, and the freshman hits the jumper at the buzzer.
Well, this kid is some prospect. Big time length, big time game. The great dude to go with it.
Part of the highest rated recruiting class in school history. The 6'10 freshman from Sacramento.
Reminded me of another 6'10 guy, former Texas great Kevin Durant, at that height, at that size, putting the ball on the floor and finishing at the rim.
Let's go over to Tracy with Coach Fisher.
Thanks. I heard you in the huddle saying you wanted that last shot. You got it, but a strange half for you. They're dominating the paint, and you're hitting from the 3. Are you okay with how your team is playing right now, or what adjustments do you need to make?
We look like the greatest offensive team that San Diego State has had. We're having a hard time stopping them. You saw that. Our transition defense, they're attacking, and they attacking to the rim. So we got to do a better job with that. But they're a hard team to guard when they get the ball and run like that. But we've got to do a better job on it. And the last 3 that Harrison made was a long 3. So, all right, if we can score the same number of points in the second half, I like it.
All right, thanks a lot. Jim?
Coach Fisher, he too stunned by his team hitting 7 from beyond the arc in that first half. Oli had the hot hand. He knocked down 4 of them. Lavin can't believe it. Pointer kept the Red Storm in it. AT&T at the half coming up after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Adventurers, explorers, photographers, journalists, directors, Innovators do their work justice with the LG OLED TV. Perfect black, intense color, incredible awe. LG, the official corporate partner of the NCAA.
Sorry.
Your morning could use a hand. Taco Bell Steak and Egg AM Crunch Wrap with a hash brown inside. A whole breakfast in one hand.
The Hotels.com app can help you find a great deal on a hotel room. However, it won't help you if you lock yourself out of your hotel room in your underpants.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
No need to thank me, since I haven't helped you in the slightest.
Only CBS has the #1 comedy, the #1 new comedy, the #1 drama, the #1 news program, and TV's #1 news show. Thanks for making CBS America's most watched network.
Everybody's feeling alright.
A new bromance blossoms.
This is perfect.
New Survivor, CBS Wednesday.
Experience the progressive design and connected technology that's made Lexus the fastest growing automotive luxury brand during the Command Performance Sales Event. Lease the 2015 ES350 for $349 a month for 36 months and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
In New York State, we're reinventing how we do business so businesses can reinvent the world. From pharmaceuticals to 3D prototyping, biotech to clean energy. Whether your business is moving, expanding, or just getting started, only New York offers you zero taxes for 10 years with Startup New York, business incubators that partner companies with universities, and venture capital funding for high-growth industries. See how New York can grow your business and create jobs. Visit ny.gov/business.
It's time to take command of any adventure with the fastest growing automotive luxury brand on the road during the Command Performance Sales Event. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 RX 350 for $399 a month for 36 months and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
AT&T at the Half is presented by AT&T. Mobilizing your world.
Welcome back to AT&T at the half. 20 minutes gone by in Charlotte. San Diego State leading St. John's by a score of 40-33. Hi, everyone. Greg Gumbel in New York with Clark, Kenny, and Wally. What'd you see in this first half, Wally, that was special?
I saw Dwayne Polee shooting the three. Transfer from St. John's. His old team is really doing it for San Diego State, and this is what he brings. He brings that shooting element. There you see the foul, too, the 4-point play that he got. And then once he makes you your first, Kenny, you know this, and Clark, you know this, you're feeling it. Knocks down another three, and then how St. John's is leaving him this wide open, although getting 2 banked threes in one half, you know it's your night when you're getting shots like that.
Those were not called. No, they were not.
No, they were not.
Very fortunate. You know, this is, you know, I didn't think, and Clark, we were both talking about that they would miss their big...
Chris Obek.
Yeah, Obek. I didn't think they'd miss him, but the drives to the rim have been pretty easy for San Diego State.
But they've also made 7 threes.
7 threes.
San Diego State in a half. They typically don't get there in a full game.
But 7 threes is 20. It's 21 points.
Yeah.
So now you get 21 points in threes, but the drives to the rim makes you even take more threes. And it also, when you have him back there, which I didn't think would happen, when you have him back there, the pressure on the out front is a little bit different. It's stronger. Yeah. So that's what, to me, is missing from St. John's is the defensive shot blocker and the suspension of one of their key players.
All right, guys, let's move on down the scoreboard now. Albany and Oklahoma playing East Region action in Columbus.
And Peter Hooley splashes a 3 here early on. Oklahoma only up 2 after that one. And then Hooley again, nice cut and a heck of a finish with the left hand. Oklahoma still had a 7-point lead. Tayshawn Thomas doing work, getting fouled and the bucket. He had 18 on the night. And then Frank Booker on a knockdown that 3. That was a big one because it pushed it to double digits. And from there, Oklahoma able to move on with a 9-point win.
How about Oklahoma coach Lon Kruger, first coach in NCAA tournament history to win a game with 5 different teams.
He's a really good coach, no doubt.
#1 seed Wisconsin in the West looking good, looking very strong.
Yeah, right here, Josh Cameron for the Chanticleers knocks down the deep three, but you know Wisconsin can shoot it. That guy stroking it from deep, Sam Decker breaking up the zone, and then here's Frank the Tank finding, I think, the key to their team. Nigel Hayes, the way he's shooting the three brings them to a totally different element. Frank the Tank getting in on the fun, knocks down the three. Wisconsin with 47 at the half.
When you're talking about challengers to Kentucky, Wisconsin is in the conversation. 52-36 with 17:40 to play in the second half. North Dakota State, 15 seed in the South against number 2 Gonzaga.
Yeah, here early on, Corey Brown knocks down the three from the corner, and North Dakota State had a quick lead, 9-4, but Byron Wesley doing a nice job creating a shot off the dribble. Tie ball game there, and then Dexter Werner. Nice little footwork in the jump hook. Up and down. Kyle Wilter, though, in transition, the trailing three, and this kid's had some kind of season. The transfer from Kentucky, and right now the Bulldogs starting to bully away.
Kenny, every year, this time of year, we talk about whether or not this is the year Gonzaga is going to make its mark. Kenny.
Bracket opened up.
Kenny.
No Iowa State, no SMU.
Final four bound.
Final four bound.
Yes, sir.
Going to be them.
Let me see your bracket.
I thought that before the bracket.
Let me see your bracket one more time.
Here they are. They're down there.
See, I think Duke University, and I hate to say it. This is what
that makes it. That's hard for you to say that.
I think they're a better basketball team.
Okay.
I just think that what they have this year, which I haven't seen in a lot of Duke teams in prior times, is versatility at each spot. They've had versatile players. But at each spot, they're very interchangeable. You can have Jones at the point, you can move him to the 2. You can put Cook at the point, you can move him to the 2. You can put Winslow at the point. Everyone moves around. Okafor could go to the 4, and then you bring in, everyone is interchangeable. This is probably one of the most versatile teams I've seen them have. To me, they get by this act.
Okay. This is heart-wrenching. This was killing Kenny.
It's killing me.
Yeah. We're back with more AT&T half after this.
On Wisconsin!
Huskers!
Concordia!
Gauchos!
Go Rebels!
You! Woo!
At Enterprise, we hire more college graduates every year than anyone else.
And many of us play college sports too.
From Cobbers to Wildcats.
From Bulldogs
to Silver Swords.
Do we have spirit? Yes, we do.
And we put it to work for you every single day.
That's the Enterprise way.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Care makes a man stronger. Dove Men Plus Care.
You've seen this before, haven't you? Can you guess it? It's crunchy, munchy, salty and sweet, 100% whole grain wheat. It's one of your favorites. That's why it says, eat this. Wheat Thins.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, Manti, who that?
It's a tearjerker!
Don't let those arms turn to noodles during a month of watching games. Stay strong during the tourney with some bracket curls. Burns so good.
If your team gets upset, don't get upset. Switch to the strongest. Pack your bags and hop on Cinderella's bandwagon. It's a wild ride.
Follow the tournament action with the NCAA March Madness Live app on AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
Welcome back to New York, everyone. Earlier today, the guys had a chance to catch up with Ron and R.J. Hunter, coach of Georgia State and the team's star player and the coach's son, and found out what it's like to coach your son.
This is the third year I had an opportunity to coach him, and it's hard to be his dad and his coach during the game. I could be dad off the court, but during, while we're playing, it's very difficult to do. And I told him, when right Sunday after we won, that I was going to be a little bit more selfish, and I wanted to enjoy this as a father this time. So yesterday's game is the first time that I coached him where I truly enjoyed it as a father. I watched him more than I usually would watch him, and it's just a great thing to be able to do that. He's a better son than he is a basketball player, and I just absolutely enjoy what we experienced. And I know forever, my grandkids, which will be 10, 15 years down the road, but again, we'll be able to enjoy that and talk about that later.
Tell everybody how you're feeling. I mean, you haven't had surgery on the Achilles that you tore in the celebration. Did you break the cast yesterday when you fell out of that chair?
I cracked the cast, and my doctor said that we got to recast it. So I may be the only coach in America that not only get a cast one time, I'm getting 2 casts in 1 week. So I've got to get this thing recasted. But as long as we keep winning, man, they can cast my entire body. I don't care. I told the guys, you know what? When we win on Saturday, and I got a lot of confidence in these guys, we're supposed to play out in L.A. We're going to just take a bus from Jacksonville and drive straight to California and just keep enjoying this. Are you okay with that, son? We can bond a little bit more.
He's speaking for the team too. He's like, we ain't doing that.
So who's Georgia State got on tap? Xavier. How do they match up with Xavier?
I think comfortably. I mean, you think about how they turn people over. That's a big part of what the Panthers do. They force you into turnovers. They forced 20 in that win yesterday, and because they can do that, I think they'll have a chance. And R.J. Hunter, as we saw, is a guy who can make big plays.
They're riding a wave, too.
Yes, they're going to have the best player on the floor in R.J. Hunter, and I think they're going to have better guards, but Matt Stainbrook is a load down low,
yes,
so we'll see if he can make a difference. That's going to be a good game.
Guard play.
Guard play. The funny thing is, because when you press, Georgia State, when you press them, you're actually leaving their best player more open. Because when you press them and you pressure them, you're forcing the guards to give up the ball, which R.J. is on the wing a lot of times. So now he's going to have, I think, cleaner looks against Xavier than he probably had even in the first game, because he got hot late in that game. So it's going to be an interesting game. This one's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
All right. Going to be fun
That's
to watch.
all for us on AT&T at the half. We'll get you back to Charlotte for the second half of St. John's and San Diego State after this.
AT&T at the half is presented by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
These are basketballs. Both are round, wrapped, except for one thing, the price. You wouldn't pay more for the same thing, so why pay more for the same satellite TV? Dish gives you the same games, the same upsets, and the same buzzer beaters, all for less than DirecTV. And you want to talk tourney? Dish lets you split your screen and catch 2 games at once. Boom shakalaka. Take the Dish challenge and save $250 guaranteed. Call Dish now.
I've just arrived in Atlanta, and I can't wait to start telling people how switching to Geico could save them hundreds of dollars on car insurance. But first, my luggage. Ah, there it is. Excuse me, sir, I think you've got the wrong bag.
Sorry, they all look alike, you know.
No worries. Well, car's here. I can't save people money chatting at the baggage claim all day.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Some strong teams in the tournament this year.
Yeah, but we all know it's the strongest team that get to cut down those nets.
You can't just get to the Sweet 16 and then kick back and rest on your laurels.
You do realize the irony here.
Yes, I literally made this hammock out of laurels so that I can rest on them. This is the 91 championship net. This is the 92 championship net. These red, white, and blue ones are from my backyard when I was a kid.
Get stronger. AT&T's network now has the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
This winter,
winter, NCAA.com is Championship Central. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place.
Go to war with you guys every day.
With exclusive access.
We won't be denied.
Live broadcasts of multiple winter championships across all divisions and on-demand highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Whether he's driving through the lane or firing from downtown, Dave plays to win.
We have a lot of fun here on TV, don't we?
The Late Show, only CBS.
Christians forced from their homes and villages by ISIS share their harrowing stories.
They burn all the books.
From the first century.
60 Minutes, Sunday.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
San Diego State winning this 8-9 matchup. 40-33 at halftime, the winner to take on Duke on Sunday here in Charlotte. And we'll return after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Changing your oil with Napa know-how. First drain it, then filter it, and fill it up with fresh Napa synthetic. Boom, done. Now do your wife a solid and take the mother-in-law out for a Sunday drive. Mission accomplished.
Never riding with you again.
Conquer the job like you conquer life with Napa know-how.
It is not easy becoming a small business owner. Carly definitely needed some help along the way. Her catering business needed a street address to get started, so I set her up with a mailbox. Now anything she needs to get printed, from business cards to flyers, I'm going to be right there for her. We are readily available to be her taste testers.
For a limited time, go to the UPS store or online and get 500 business cards for $9.99. From printing to shipping to marketing, together, there's nothing we can't solve.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Catch Two Broke Girls Monday at 8, 7 Central. Only CBS.
I love the atmosphere. Amazing. Oh my God, I love it.
They have everything here. Anything you're looking for, they have it here.
To have 3,000 cars to choose from, I mean, I think that's impressive.
Here they show me they're more interested in letting you drive a car than for you to give them money.
Thank you, Major World.
Thank you, Major World.
Forecast calls for Quattro. Experience Quattro all-wheel drive and all its power at your local Audi dealer today.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is sponsored by Warner Brothers Pictures Get Hard, State Farm, Subaru, and by Samsung Galaxy Note 4.
We're back in Charlotte where Michigan State, Virginia, and Duke have already won on this floor today. Halftime, and the Aztecs are up 7 in this one.
St. John's getting out in transition. Dominique Pointer slicing and dicing, getting to the rim. Steve Fisher made an adjustment, said you got to form a wall. You can't let them have driving lanes. Great adjustment by the Aztecs.
Well, the rumors were they heard your comment in the first half and went right to that wall. Settling deep, a lot of threes by their standards. I don't know if they keep that up, Jim.
How by the way, San Diego State's been shooting the 3-ball. 7 out of 16, and the Aztecs again have the lead by 7. A big story in that first half was the fact that Rashid Jordan only played 2 minutes, picked up 2 quick fouls. They had to go with the last 18 minutes without him.
Big story. Rashid Jordan getting in foul trouble early. They're going to need his offensive production in the second half. They were able to weather the storm with him on the bench, but now he's going to have to step up and make up for lost time.
It's not like they have a lot of bodies either, so he really has to contribute solid fashion. I think they've got to get away from the ISO a little bit more, run their stuff, run their continuity, and then beat with the bounce.
Let's get a report from Tracy Wolfson.
Well, thanks, Jim. Steve Lavin actually very happy with where his team is, considering they're not playing with Obekba, and you mentioned it, they're not playing with Jordan, just 2 minutes in that first half. But the thing is, Sir Dominic Pointer definitely dealing with that hip pointer, as Steve Lavin said, no pun intended.
You know, he really wasn't the same player after the spill. And then you look at Jordan. Here's a guy that averages 14 a game. This St. John's team has 4 players averaging at least 13 points. They're the only team in the nation that has 4 scorers, 13 points or more. And then the top guy on the other side, Winston Shepard. He didn't have any production in that first half. 0 for 5 from the field.
I'm sorry,
it's been a weird game. Certain Shepard not really out of sorts, it seems, out there offensively. Poley and Strigley keeping the Aztecs in the game with their long-distance shooting. I think you got to go inside now to O'Brien. I like that matchup. He needs to be more involved.
You mentioned Rashid, Jim, and this kid can get to the rim, be creative. Some more punch in the lineup if he's effective.
Barely got to see him in the first half.
A little more motion right now. He's an attack guy, Jordan. Shuffle pop.
Branch going around Quinn. Pointer now. Looking for a lane. Pass picked off by Shepard. And Shepard again has the ball mishandled. Knocked out of bounds by Green.
Boy, that's just great position defense on that end by San Diego State. Contain your own and be in a passing lane. Pretty maneuver.
Well, Jim, I think you might be right. Pointer with that fall on his hip looked like he was laboring running back on defense on that last possession. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
He was brilliant at the beginning of this game, was Pointer.
We got him out of the gate with a lot of confidence. Once again, deep. How about this? Poley rising, drill it. Woo.
Steve Fisher telling Tracy at halftime he barely recognized his team from the outside. That's now 8 threes on the night. Harrison.
Short, pull the string. It is a good D by O'Brien.
And a backhand, it spins out. And Harrison's going to get called for the reach-in.
How about this guy, Grant? You never know. You got to always be ready. The cut by O'Brien just set it up. They trail him. They don't trade off properly. Nylon from deep. Ooh. St. John's lost the game for San Diego State, huh?
St. John's is saying police. Been enough of this. This guy's 5 out of 7 for the night from 3. That's the 3rd foul, by the way. It was on Pointer, not on Harrison. Yeah, no, so 3 on Pointer. That's significant to watch. Twin gives it up for the dunk for Spencer.
Size can prevail. Just terrific maneuver on the offensive end.
Lead of 12, the biggest of the night. Branch up high with it. Harrison, great anticipation. Under the cylinder and back up for 2.
Jim, this kid is so tough-minded. Steve Lavin now calling the timeout, but playing bigger than he is. This kid's got a monster ticker, wants to prove he wanted to get here. Now he wants to stay.
and Kevin Hart.
It's my job to prepare you.
Team up.
Am I eye touching? No!
Get hard.
Give me 12 months.
1.
No.
4.
No.
Summer.
What?
Wait, did I leave one out? Rated R.
State Farm National Bureau of Assist's Agent Sebastian Curry, twin brother of Stephen Curry, is one of the smartest assisters around. With a master's in disasters and a PhD in calamity, he knows every assist in the book.
Don't worry, I'll get to the bottom of this.
Oh, it's not stolen. It's down there. They're coming out of the way.
A smart assist is the best assist.
Those drinks you can't get off your mind? Now you can get every 7th one free. New 7 rewards from 7-Eleven. Get our app, then get every 7th cup free. Any size, your way. 7 rewards, only at 7-Eleven.
Hey, pal. You ready? Can you pick me up at 6:30?
I'm here.
Too late.
I'll go for 5 minutes. Move it. Killing me. You know what, Dad? I'm good.
It may be quite a while before he's ready, but our Subaru Legacy will be waiting for him.
The longest-lasting midsize sedan in its class. The 2015 Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
I stood outside assessing the situation. I knew it could be rough in there, but how rough, there was no way to know for sure.
Hey, guys.
Daddy, it's pink!
But hey, a new house, it's a blank canvas, and we got a great one, thanks to a really low mortgage rate from Navy Federal Credit Union.
Pink?
So she's a princess. You got a problem with that?
Hoorah! Hoorah! Open to the armed forces and their families for over 80 years. Navy Federal Credit Union.
Get more with the CBS Sports app. Scores, expert picks, projections, live video for the tournament, the football draft, fantasy, and all sports. Download the CBS Sports app now. How about Harrison? He might have been out of bounds when he retrieved that ball underneath.
Jim, I think you're right. His left foot on the out-of-bounds line there. Looks like our officiating crew might have missed that.
That was a big trip for them, too. Danger zone, fall a little bit more behind. They just don't have the firepower, so they got to stay in contact.
St. John's going out here to this 1-3-1 zone trap that was effective early for them in the first half.
O'Brien, look at how he can look over everybody.
Yeah, got size advantage over Green, and now the Aztecs over 50% for the game. They've won 50 straight games, this program, when it's shot 50% or better in a game. They're 18 out of 35 tonight from the floor.
And the way they guard, that's a heck of a combo. Really good individual skills here on the defensive end.
It's Pointer.
Really didn't look for a shot.
Jordan.
Nothing.
And Poli comes down with it.
Great defensive possession there. Every shot contested. No driving lanes.
They look like they're just tightening it up a little bit.
Put back for the 3rd time tonight by O'Brien.
That kid is really good. Knows the game. Great feel. You mentioned the transfer from Utah. Back in California. Prosper down in San Diego.
Yep, and playing in his 3rd NCAA tournament for Coach Fisher. Pointer. And one.
Nice pass by Branch. Cut to be available. They just hang tough.
They hang tough. Branch with a nice left-handed pass. Pointer catching it down low, but Branch off the dribble with the left, finding his teammate. That's a big league pass right there from the young fella.
He and D'Angelo, great pals growing up, and that transfer from A&M has just been a solid rotation in the backcourt. Gives them a lot of depth.
3-point play for Pointer. And again, the winner to take on Duke here on Sunday.
It's more straight-up man right now.
And as many of you know, Duke and St. John's met back January 25th. in the Garden. The Red Storm had him by 8 in the second half before Duke won it. And driving in for 2 is Jordan. His first points of the game.
A nice fill off of the D. That's what they got to do. Feed themselves by excellent position defense.
That's St. John's game against Duke. Again, the Blue Devils won it in the end, and that was Coach K's milestone 1,000th career win game against them.
St. John's has picked up the defensive intensity here. Harrison fronting inside against O'Brien, making life difficult.
And they ought to go there. He's got a big nice cut to set this up.
That's Quinn. Got the handle on it and got the shot to drop and a chance at the line as well. His first points of the night. Akil Quinn in the lane.
Wake up, fellas. We finally here. Indianapolis. Now we just got to find the stadium.
Did you just say Indianapolis?
The Final Four. Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. Indianapolis.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. You do know we're in the Maryland, right? Indianapolis is in the Indiana.
2 different states, man.
Only Dove Men Plus Care Antiperspirant has 48-hour sweat protection plus 1 quart of moisturizer technology. It keeps your underarms dry without irritation. Tough on sweat, not on skin.
Dominic Toretto, you don't know me. You're about to.
Get down!
We're being hunted. If a war's coming, we're gonna face him on the streets we know best. Daddy's gotta go to work.
He'll come at you and your friends with everything he's got.
We're going to old school!
I don't have friends. I got family.
Rated PG-13.
Thanks to the true fans of the Bell. And thanks to the Sriracha Maniacs. Without all of you, we never would have thought of this. The new Sriracha Quesarito. Layers of our insanely good Sriracha sauce in the Quesarito you love. Only at Taco Bell.
Bass Pro Shops. It's more than a store.
It's great service from folks who know what they're talking about.
It's a low price guarantee.
And free events that are fun for the whole family.
It's great brands from Coleman and North Face to Redhead and Ascend.
Whether it's fishing, hunting, or camping, footwear or apparel, Bass Pro Shops is the place for incredible savings during our Spring into Savings sale.
We're back in Charlotte. On the court. Open to try. Go to CoachZero.com to learn more.
Coach, against the zone, the little things make a big difference. Miscommunication. O'Brien cuts through. The defender Green has to go with him. He's totally wide open, and he's still hot, feeling good. But that was all set up by the cut by Brian getting him free, and Poli doing the rest, knocking it down from downtown.
Well, he's had some game, Chip. Sorry.
He has. And it's been some bizarre season and frightening as well when Poli back in December collapsed on the court in a game against Cal Riverside. Ended up being diagnosed as a cardiac arrhythmia, and he was out for 15 games. Coach Fisher talking about how they went to 6 different cardiologists. And the kid wanted to still play, and everybody said it would be okay.
A great story. It is. He's making up for lost time tonight, playing sensational.
And once again, they get another shot because of the guy with the ball right now, O'Brien, that offensive rebound. Nice deflection.
Yeah, that was Jordan reaching in. Branch on the wing to Green. Joel comes back with it. Up to Shepard. Split and in. for the basket.
Did you see that right there? 6'8" Shepard splitting the double team, getting to the basket.
Winston. Oh, my goodness. Tastes good.
Aztecs have hit 11 of their last 13 shots.
Coach,
you like this one?
Oh, it's not fair when you're that tall. Going against small guys. Harrison Green, he splits him, gets to the basket, finishes with the offhand. A sensational ball handler.
Well, this kid is a great handler. You're right. You're amazing when you can do things like this around the rim. Boy, sets up your whole game. He's got that 70-foot jumper. He's got a one-on-one little pull-up game and the bounce to ecstasy.
That was his first basket, though, of the night. And now Jordan gets the second one.
Extending a little pressure now. Could open up the floor as well.
The freshman, Kell, who started that point early in the season. Branch with his second.
Branch does a really good job ragging you. Kell, of course, kid at one-time starter as well. Well, they've got great size on the floor overall.
Yeah, he started the first 15 games at Kell. And the Red Storm trying to come out with the steal, but it's off Harrison.
And what a great job by Harrison. Across screen, he switched, got that hand on the basketball. Really heads-up play. Usually through O'Brien, good things happen for Steve Fisher. High low. There you go.
O'Brien. That was 16. As Harrison is hacked at the other end.
O'Brien, we talked about his post-up ability. Loves to be down there. Knows how to frame his guy. The seal, the nice lob, the guide hand, the finish. Boy, that is excellent basketball.
Scholl's foul sends Harrison to the line. Academy Award winner Patricia Arquette stars in the next generation of CSI. Don't miss the new hit drama CSI Cyber, Wednesday at 10, 9 Central, only CBS.
Grant, the big thing now, St. John's got to get stuff out of their defense. They need stops, turnovers for easy baskets, take the pressure off their half-court stuff.
I'd like to see maybe St. John's trap when O'Brien gets the ball down there on the block. Get in the rotations defensively. Make him uncomfortable.
And Jordan trying to fight him down that box area. Here he is at the elbow.
Off the foot of Branch. Yeah, 20 on the shot clock.
Very mature guy when you talk to O'Brien.
San Diego State team, fellas, that early in the season went over to the Maui Classic and made it all the way to the championship game and ended up losing in the final to Arizona by 2.
And one of the great early season games, too.
Shrigley had the hot hand in the first half. Hit 3 of them.
Nice job by O'Brien. Didn't come up with it.
Pointer now. Gives it up. Inside Jordan.
I'll tell you, this kid can attack with reckless abandon. The toughness personified.
Brings it back to 10.
I didn't know he had that kind of bounce, Coach.
He's got a lot of game. Philly tough. Wrigley could really drive because they're always hugging him on that catch.
Joel left alone. Now with 8 to shoot. Kell back outside with it. Top of the key. And Joel inside. Put back, no. Shepard trying to get a handle on it. Out with it is Green.
Oh, what a hesitation.
Harrison leaning in. Passed it inside the pointer. Here's Green. Clutch shooter. This one doesn't go. But look at Harrison take it out of the hands of Shepard.
Tell you what, they are competing right now. Wow, talk about raising your level of intensity. Getting rebounds 5 feet from the floor, grappling, scrapping. And all he wanted was to get to the free throw line, Grant.
How about the way he took the ball out of the hands of his childhood friend from Missouri City, Texas, Winston Shepard. They grew up together. Poli's going to come back in along with Pope and Spencer. Harrison, one of 4 senior starters for the Red Storm. The last time they were in the tournament, 2011, they lost the first game to Gonzaga. Now there's only one player still remaining from that last NCAA tournament appearance by St. John's, who's on the floor right now, and that's Poli playing for San Diego State. He played in that game.
Well, they are really playing tough. Offensively against San Diego State, you know where they like to go. Usually through O'Brien. A little trouble getting organized with all the subs.
You saw a little shot of Poli. He actually hosted D'Angelo Harrison on his recruiting trip.
And Jim, I think what they're arguing about who the foul is called on.
They actually adjusted the clock by just 1 second.
Well, that delay throws the shooter off, too.
Got it under 10 with 12:20 to go.
Where O'Brien likes to operate. But Jordan is getting his hands on the ball, steals, deflections, making things uncomfortable for O'Brien. Ryan's got to be aware. Can't be casual with the ball. The quickness and speed of Jordan. Got to be aware of where the defense is at all times.
Shot clock at 10.
Got to stay at home. You like the double, but I don't think you can leave anybody with this guy.
Off O'Brien. Got the under 12 break. Coverage continues after this message and a word from your local station.
Let's teach them well, let's teach them wise. Make sure we teach them not to lie. Tell them all they'll need to know.
You do all you can to keep them safe. So do we. The 2015 Mitsubishi Outlander with available forward collision mitigation. Named one of America's safest CUVs. Now 0% APR for 72 months on a Mitsubishi Outlander.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah?
Yeah. Then how'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check.
So weird, right? My agent Tom said...
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
It's 2 for $5 coming at you live. Welcome to Burger King, sir.
Hey, what you get, my man?
48.
2 Big Kings.
2 Big Kings. That was a fundamentally sound order.
Good job. If I could have hair, I'd have your hair.
Mix and match 2 large premium sandwiches for $5 only at Burger King.
New this Wednesday.
FBI!
Academy Award winner Patricia Arquette and cybercrime are the perfect combination.
We need to stay one step ahead.
New CSI Cyber this Wednesday. Academy Award winner Halle Berry returns in Extant, CBS this summer.
The Moroccan Desert. Last year, Mercedes-Benz sent one vehicle to conquer an unforgiving 1,500-mile race. The Sprinter. Engineered for the toughest challenge, the real world, with superior control, stability, and efficiency. Powering your business to the finish line, wherever that may be. Now available as 4x4. Mercedes-Benz. Vans born to run.
These streets, they can be pretty crazy. You know what your solution to that is? A new Ford Fusion, Escape, or Explorer. You'll get the control of all-wheel drive and intelligent four-wheel drive, so almost nothing gets in your way. And your blind spots are covered. Talk about the total package. Ford has it big time.
Right now, lease an Escape SC four-wheel drive for $179 a month, or get up to $2,250 cash back at your local Ford dealer.
Tomorrow, the third round begins at noon Eastern on CBS with UAB and UCLA. At 5 p.m., TNT gets started with the NCAA Infinity Tip-Off Show. 8 games across CBS, TNT, and TBS tomorrow. And let's go over to Tracy.
Well, thanks, Jim. San Diego State's Akil Quinn is fighting through a stomach bug. He had nausea, ab pains. He had IV last night and this morning. He did not attend shoot-around. They weren't even sure if he would play today. Looks like he's trying to go back on the court after a bit of a rest, but it is definitely something to keep an eye on.
Well, he's got 5 assists in this game, but only 1 out of 5 from the field. And well below his season average.
And Jim, he's a guy that can really drive it, too. Find some people or finish. Home game here. San Diego fans lighting it up.
Trying to help lift their team on to the next round for a matchup with Duke. Pointer rejected by Spencer.
Once again, the length of San Diego State giving Pointer problems on those drives, Coach.
They got to be a little more creative, too. He's just opening up for that great defensive ability.
Yeah, Spencer, the all-time block leader in Aztec history. Tries to feed it to O'Brien, and Harrison got a piece of him.
And you're right, he's trying to deny in front.
You know, it seems like San Diego State trying to take advantage of the matchup with O'Brien inside, and that's all they're doing. They're trying to force feed him. Nice if they did some other things. Get some variety, get some movement to their offense.
He and Poli have been the whole fireworks for this club.
There's O'Brien, has it taken away. Well defended. Jordan taking it to the basket, and it goes. Oh, they say the foul was outside before the shot.
Steve, unhappy he didn't get the basket, but this is the end where I think they've just stepped up their game, helping out, coordinating, get away from the line. But you like the push-off here, huh?
Yeah, I like that push-off. Show some strength, young fella.
And you'd want the goal as well, though. You stay on the side. No shot.
No shot, only the 5th team foul, so inbound underneath. Boy, just when Steve Lavin thought we might have a chance to trim this down to 6, get the basket and a free throw. Now they got to work for it out of their set offense.
That was the right call. He wasn't in his shooting motion when the foul occurred.
You pay attention at those seminars.
I paid attention. I was listening.
It was a big point of emphasis from John Adams, chairman of the tournament rules officials. Poli coming out with it.
Too much bounce. Watch this guy in the open floor.
Hold by Pointer. And Green up ahead to Jordan, to the corner. Big shot, Harrison. Follows it up. Spins and loses it.
I'm loving this pace right now. First of all, Pope gets a steal using his length to cause some confusion. Getting out in transition, and 6'10", with a move like that, and Pointer coming to block it. Oh, man, this is some exciting basketball late at night here on Friday.
You've got to protect the ball with both these teams around the rim.
Aztecs approaching 4 minutes without scoring.
Give it up.
St. John's up ahead to Branson. Now they convert. Down to 7.
This is what they need, a frenzied style of play. Nothing pretty. Make it unattractive.
Last 7 to St. John's.
At the Grant's point, if they keep O'Brien out of it, where are they going to get some offense? We know Poli was making those threes. And he starts a fast break.
Yep. Quinn shot front of the rim. Branch.
Oh, not a good look.
Trying to go behind the back, lost control of it.
Yeah, just got to be more patient and diligent with that basketball. Quick timeout by Steve Fisher. He doesn't want this going up and down.
Yeah, his team's missed his last 6 shots, gone 4.5 without a basket.
And this new Buick even has Wi-Fi.
Your Buick has Wi-Fi?
Her Buick has Wi-Fi? Seriously? Seriously?
So I can update my blog from your car?
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
Good job, Jensen.
Available built-in Wi-Fi.
It's Johnson.
That's expectation shattering. That's the new Buick.
You have a blog?
During the Buick March Madness event, get cash back for a sweet 16% of MSRP on select Buick vehicles in stock the longest. That's nearly $6,300 on this LaCrosse.
Coach, you gotta love the hustle, the heart. O'Brien getting back in transition, not giving up. And of course, the ill-advised attempt for the behind-the-back pass by Branch. In that situation, you gotta get a basket. You gotta get a shot at the basket. But you gotta love the senior and Brent O'Brien getting back, hustling, showing his grit, blue-collar desperation.
He's as good as advertised, Jim, this kid.
Well, he's had a big night. O'Brien was 16. That's tops for the Aztecs. But this St. John's team, there are some wild swings in their games this season. They've had 5 double-digit deficits erased to come back and win.
Well, their middle name is Frenetic. Notice they really can get after it at this end, a feisty group.
I like the ball movement now, San Diego State, getting it side to side.
They got a charge. Wow.
Yes, they do. On Shepard.
I don't know about that one. Big time break.
I'll tell you what, Jordan is a great offensive player, but I've been impressed with the defense. Putting his body in there, taking the charge. He might be right, Coach.
I don't think he ever established position.
That's the third on Shepard. That's Jordan.
Giving it up
by Spencer.
Should have kicked it out. 5 on 4. See if they go for it.
Kell thought about it. Drives in instead. And earns 2 free throws. That's on Branch. There you see a couple of the Duke assistants. 3 of them scouting.
Yeah, Jeff Capel, Nate James, John Shire. Trying to find out who they're going to play on Sunday. They're scouting. Wonder whose game it is.
That's a big responsibility, as you know, and they take it personal. Whoever is assigned to that game, they take it on the chin if they happen to lose.
This kid at the line right here, the freshman you mentioned, Raph, that started earlier in the season. He made the all-tournament team at Maui. Seeing a lot of action back there. Look at Shepard fall to the floor.
Harrison, I think, Jim.
Shepard's slow to get up. For Harrison, that's number 3.
Free throw line blockouts. I know St. John's small, but you can't give them extra opportunities here. You got to secure the rebound.
Now, where do you go? They go inside, which is smart.
Shepard. Shot put. No. Spencer.
Their best offense may be thrown up there and go chase it. Woo! Corral that thing and send it down.
First field goal in 5.5 for the Aztecs. Bring it back to a 10-point margin.
Luxury to have a Malik Colt guarding a Green.
Green.
It's got to go. Last trip. And Jordan got that shot block, should have dribbled it out. That time it settled. Ooh.
Physical out here.
Kell left alone. That's short. And Jordan.
He's going to go.
You weren't kidding.
He doesn't recognize all those white shirts. He's just going to plow in, blow by, and a giveaway before the inbounds.
Pointer not happy with that foul call. Under 8.
Looks like the Garcias got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know.
Sure doesn't look like a Buick.
Buick.
I'm outside. Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm in the Buick.
I don't see a Buick.
Take a fresh look at Buick. It just might surprise you.
Ooh, that's not a Buick. That's what I told him. Wow. This is nice. Oh, my.
During the Buick March Madness event, get cash back for a sweet 16% of MSRP on select Buick vehicles in stock the longest. That's nearly $8,400 on this Enclave.
The new vanity is perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah, the guy at Lowe's helped me pick it out and walked me through the install.
You did a really good job.
Yeah, now I'm feeling like there's nothing I can't do. You know what? I'm finally going to present my idea to my boss. Never lose your cat at night again. Presenting the glow-in-the-dark cat hat. It's dark, so I can't see a reaction. It's not good.
Wonder if we tried a new thing. Could we spark something? Watch it grow, be more wonderful than we know. Terrific pass by Riley. Come on.
Get in there. Get in there. Get in there.
Come on, let's go. 2 chicken tacos.
Go. Strong can pull you into the game and make you feel like you're part of something bigger. Think what Strong can do for you. AT&T's network now has the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
Push it. Push it real good. Ooh, baby, baby. Baby, baby.
If you're Salt and Peppa, you tell people to push it.
Push it real good.
It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I'm pushing it real good.
St. John's came into this game thin without Obekba, and bench points belongs to the Aztecs. 13 off the bench, led by Shrigley's 9. We just had Pointer pick up his 4th. Harrison and Branch with 3 each.
And how about fatigue? You mentioned the bench points. They really don't have a lot of alternate plans. So staying on the floor, don't give silly fouls.
Still making an appeal here, guys.
And St. John's, they have to exert so much energy to get back into the game, to fight down low against San Diego State's size. Some of those shots they normally make aren't falling in, but they're driving, attacking the basket, giving themselves a chance.
Be a 1-and-1 at the line for Trey Kell. Who's going to make the most shots? Who has more points in the second half? If your bracket's already busted, play the Capital One NCAA Tournament Run game on NCAA.com and in the March Madness Live app. Pretty cool looking freshman at the line, hitting a pair.
65%. Where do you go? Usually dribble drive, no post up. Pick and pop, nice play. How about that? Pick and roll, I should say. The 2 options, they just don't have a lot of things they can go to size-wise.
You know, they do a lot of ball movement from side to side. That's a lot of window dressing. They ultimately get to the screen and roll and getting point of the basket here, who has been kind of quiet as of late.
Foul was the second on Kell. And Sir Dominic will shoot another. He's got a twin sister from Detroit, the family. His twin sister, Ms. Unique. And the second one rattles out.
Well, he has been unique this year, I think, the way he's played. He's given this a great run down the stretch for St. John's.
Well, voted the most improved player in the conference this year.
And a lot of people, as Grant mentioned, felt he could have been considered as the MVP.
Now San Diego State using the clock. Get the ball from side to side. They got to get it up, though.
O'Brien slashes, goes out of bounds, but only 1 second to shoot.
What a save by Jordan. How the heck did he block that?
I have no idea.
Oh, usually you cup it, protect it. Once you get that guy in your back, punch that back and protect. Catch and shoot.
Wow, that was a quick 1 second. And Pope shot.
Steve can't believe it over there.
Count. He's going to say, are you kidding me?
It looked like it sounded like it went off before he caught the ball.
Almost.
Yeah. Oh, it did. How about that?
And the kid makes it on top of it.
Ooh. Quick thumb.
Harrison slicing through.
These kids have a lot of heart.
Flat out score, Coach.
He can.
Thirsty.
Got 16.
Pete. O'Brien on the floor, usually a touch.
Using the clock. Jordan's done a great job, though, of frustrating O'Brien with his quick hands. Not a lot of other options out there for the Aztecs offensively.
Again, shot clock running down, and St. John's will come out with it. Branch. No one there for the Red Storm.
Can't just challenge with reckless abandon. Got to use intelligence. The hands by Pointer got that run out.
To see maybe O'Brien get the ball to elbow, let him isolate.
Pope.
You forget this kid's got it all. A floater, a deep one, and forget it around the tin.
They get Pope at the elbow, let him isolate.
Harrison. And there's Pope with the board.
Right now, Pope has a smaller green on him. Not taking advantage of the matchup.
You notice how they run a little more clock each trip?
Yeah.
A little mentor on the sideline shortens it.
Pope's been battling injuries the last year and a half. Really had not seen a lot of organized play because of a fractured leg. Junior year in high school. That's Kell heading back to the line off of Harrison's fourth.
Time and time again, you drive middle, good things happen. You create for your teammates. You get to the free throw line. Defensively, you want to keep those middle drives to a minimum. Kell being effective here late in the game.
And you know, also you mentioned Pope with that injury. He was hurt when he came back to school this year, so he missed a lot of practice time, Jim. So this is a blossoming talent.
San Diego State as a team only 6 out of 13 at the line.
Shooting better from the...
That's right, from the field than they are from the line.
Step back there. Nice little hedge. See that gap defense? See that?
It's a bump with the body by Shepard.
One-on-one here, one-on-one. Boy, Steve was up. I mean, he had the exuberance of a 25-year-old on that clock shot.
Yeah, he...
shot clock, I should say.
I think he had a pretty good reason to explode, too.
Yeah.
Oh, and a missed opportunity for the Red Storm. Not exactly the nail-biters like day one.
No.
All across the country today.
A little bit different. Good games here, but the old buzzer beater.
The bar was so high yesterday, Jim.
Oh, man. 5 one-pointers. 2 games went to overtime. Shrigley.
Oh, dagger. Early dagger. Kick out. Who was it? J.J. O'Brien.
That's Jordan's shot off the mark.
Yeah, that's
Shepard broke early. No one saw him. St. John's looks like it's running out of gas.
The Aztecs have done a good job of milking the clock, getting a good possession every time.
Well, what an effort by Pointer from the top, but how about Shrigley?
You know what I love? He threw it inside and relocated to the corner. Harrison turned his head, and O'Brien found him. Shrigley came in and hit some big shots. Got the lead in the first half for the Aztecs.
4-3, I think, for that kid.
It is 4 out of 5 for the night. 3 of them in that first half, Grant. And 20 points off the bench now for the Aztecs. None for St. John's. 3 to shoot.
Nice find.
Wide open. Shepard unable to dunk it down. Green in on Pope. Tapped out to Kell.
And fatigue, part of not being able to finish. Size as well. You mentioned running out of gas.
And that's Green reaching in. It'll be double bonus the rest of the way. West St. John's had a little spurt for a while, but the Aztecs getting plays like that off the bench. Hope with the floater. And Strictly from the corner, another 3.
That turkey looks good.
Yeah, I'm eating right. I'm doing the Tough Dodger.
What's the Tough Dodger?
Oh, it's a triathlon, but with dodgeballs.
Oh, that was a good time. Oh, no. Oh, hey, okay, all right. Woo. Do they leave a mark?
Not on the outside.
However you're staying fit, start at Subway with our Fresh Fit sandwiches. Try a delicious turkey breast, protein-packed with tender turkey that's oven roasted to perfection, stacked with flavor, and still a better-for-you choice. Subway, eat fresh.
You, my friend, recognize when a trend has reached critical mass. Yes, when others focus on one thing, you see what's coming next. You see opportunity. That's what a Type E does. And so it begins.
With E-Trade's Investing Insight Center, you can spot trends before they become trendy. E-Trade, opportunity is everywhere.
And this new Buick even has Wi-Fi.
Your Buick has Wi-Fi?
Her Buick has Wi-Fi? Seriously? Seriously?
So I can update my blog from your car?
Oh, cool.
Whoa. Good job, Jensen.
Available built-in Wi-Fi.
It's Johnson.
That's expectation shattering. That's the new Buick.
You have a blog?
During the Buick March Madness event, get cash back for a sweet 16% of MSRP on select Buick vehicles in stock the longest. That's nearly $6,300 on this LaCrosse.
Thank you for being a sailor and my daddy. Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. Our world-class service earned USAA the top spot in a study of the most recommended large companies in America. If you're current or former military or their family, see if you're eligible to get an auto insurance quote.
These geniuses may not fit into the world, but they're the only ones who can save it. Every problem has a solution. New Scorpion, CBS Monday.
Hi, I'm James Corden. I'm here to tell you that The Late Late Show has a new name. Well, it's the same name. We've just added my name to it.
The Late Late Show with James Corden, Monday on CBS.
Grant, Graf, one more time tonight. Let's take a look at the Capital One Cup impact performance.
And J.J. O'Brien has made an impact in so many ways, posting up, getting out transition, but I love his playmaking ability, his ability to pass, find the open teammate, his unselfishness. They run all of their offensive sets through him, and I see why.
Maturity, just such a stable guy and able to find, as you mentioned, but just a nice, easy attitude out on the floor, and I think everything comes off of him. Everybody else is a little more comfortable in their position.
Actually going to be a 1-and-1. That was the 9th team foul on the Johnnies. Kell 3 out of 6 from the stripe. Be that guy that knows everything about your favorite teams, like Rad. Download the Team Stream app from Bleacher Report to get all your team's news first.
And speaking of, you got Steve Fisher over there. Luke Honeysecker called the other day, and they're so excited about this team, what they've been able to do. And they're just a little short as they still continue to attack. Press the issue.
Pointer attacking the basket that time.
Nice hustle. Branch.
On, it's off Kell of San Diego State.
Kell has got to come meet the pass. You can't expect the ball to come to you. You got to come meet it. On this play, just kind of went away from the ball. Branch made a tremendous effort. Ball off Kell.
Screen. Oh, they got a little life now.
They do. Little hop on their step. But now see if they trap out of it. Oh, almost the passing lane. Just because of the pressure by Branch.
The Aztecs have got to be organized here. Understand that they'll be getting a lot of traps, a lot of double teams. Can't leave the ball handler on the island against this pressure.
And you're right, you got to step to the basketball. Run right through it if you're San Diego State. Play hard, no silly fouls. We'll put them on the line.
Shepard. Back out to O'Brien.
Who's going to get it late?
It's going to be Kell. And off the floor, it's Pope. Tie up. Stays at this end.
Terrific effort. That's the problem when you go late. O'Brien doesn't touch it. Forced to take any open shot. But this is one the same thing you said about stepping the ball. That should have been a grab by Branch.
There's a timeout called by Steve Lavin. 2:11 to go, trying to game plan to come back.
I'll tell you what a Cinderella story is. Cheese curds.
I love cheese curds.
Oh, yeah. Underrated, man.
Yeah.
Nobody ever... Look at this table. People look at this table, they go, oh, the wings. Ooh, look at the sauce. Look at the burger. But the cheese curds, man, that's where it is.
They're the star.
They're the star.
If this was my starting five, this would be point guard, shooting guard, power forward, celery.
Buffalo Wild Wings, 21 sauces and seasonings, tons of tops, and countless flat screens. Nowhere is sports more alive.
After all the games are over tonight, Matt Weiner, Seth Davis, Patine Cleaves, and Virginia Tech head coach Buzz Williams have all the highlights and analysis on Inside March Madness presented by Buick, only on True TV. That's one exhausted player right there.
And I'll tell you, that kid, you can see why he didn't reach. He went to that huddle. He was just exhausted. Nice denial again.
That's awful close. Shepard and Pointer both battling for it.
Coach, you talk about exhaustion. In the first half, St. John's shot 50% from the field. In the second half, 35%. A lot of that has to do with fatigue. They're getting good looks. They're just not making them and converting them like they did in the first half.
Yeah, no legs, you're right.
Fatigue makes cowards of us all.
Well, that's why I don't exercise.
That's so right. Getting fouled on the way up in the act of shooting. Well, it doesn't matter. It's double bonus anyway. And that's Branch. You were just talking about how tired he is. And a fatigue foul, number 4. O'Brien to the line.
Now, earlier in the game, you had a diagram, and you mentioned about O'Brien's cutting. That's a case in point, too. Just at the right time, presenting himself to bail out his teammate.
By the way, there's a Hall of Famer. Football Hall of Famer will be in Canton one day, lending support to San Diego State. Talking about Antonio Gates, who certainly knows a little thing or two about playing in the NCAA tournament. He's a power forward at Kent State. They made the Elite Eight in 2002 and lost in the regional final to Mike Davis's Indiana team that went all the way to the championship game only to lose to Maryland.
Right. Unbelievable. He was a great talent.
Oh, a 3 by Jordan.
Those football players always want to be basketball players, Coach.
Well, you know, they of course, he was undrafted and got the tryout for the Chargers and becomes one of the great tight ends of all time. And he's the guy that's really kind of set this trend now. We see guys like Julius Thomas and other guys around the league.
Wasn't Pete Champ one, too, basketball player?
Yeah, Michigan State.
Yeah.
Played for the Cowboys.
A little bigger than when he played basketball, though. What'd you say?
He was pretty good size then, too.
Yeah.
He put up some big performances in the tournament. Here's Kell at the line for 2.
That's what separates teams, too, coming down the stretch to keep the lead or keep in contact.
Talking about basketball players. Can't forget about Tony Gonzalez transitioning, too, playing in the tournament. Going on to a Hall of Fame career at tight end. 1:38 to go.
Traveling. Trying to do too much. I thought they might come out with a ball screen for him and just trying to force the issue.
Jones trying to get Shepard off his feet. Shepard showing some discipline, not biting. Forcing the turnover on the walk.
Little bunny hop. Did him in.
I think you got to run at Cal. You got to do some run and jump here. Maybe some traps. Try to go for steals.
And a nice job here holding on to the basketball. Nobody posted, which I think San Diego State has to do with this doubling up in the backcourt. I think the biggest surprise is the number of points for Steve Fisher. His club has struggled to score some nights. It's always been their defense that's gotten them home.
They're evolving now. They're evolving into an offensive team.
Exactly. They'll take this kind of shooting performance on Sunday if they close this one out. Pretty resilient bunch Fisher has coached here. They haven't lost back-to-back games in a long time. Stretch now of 80 games in a row. Of course, they lost their last one coming into this one. They lost in the conference tournament final to Wyoming Mountain West final. And this would mark the 18th straight time they backed up a loss with a win. But Harrison says, don't write us off yet, 1:17 to go.
He really does compete. A great career for him.
Timeout called by O'Brien.
There are no accidental champions. You can't hope your way to victory. And titles aren't won at the end of the season. They're won in the off-season. Northwestern Mutual Financial Advisors know that when you have a game plan and the discipline to work for it every day, you cannot lose. You will not lose. Start your financial planning with Northwestern Mutual and start your financial success. You and Northwestern Mutual. Stronger together.
Just 1:11 to play. San Diego State plus 10.
Now this St. John's team, we mentioned about undersized, but when talk about their heart and their commitment, they're leaving it all out here. Great attack mode all evening long now, looking to trap on the inbounds and play that passing lane. I don't think you have to foul, particularly on the first. Look for the second, see if you can come up with a steal. There's the first. Nobody rotating up, though. Pointer stayed back. And now you're going to give it.
Well, that's going to be it for Harrison. He fouls out.
He deserves a nice round of applause. A lot of the St. John's people beside us. This is what he wanted to get here. I know he didn't want to leave early. Great admiration for that kid, Jim. Struggled there early in his career, unsure of his commitment, what he wanted to do, and between him, the staff, and his family, he has blossomed as an individual.
Well, he came to St. John's again out of Missouri City, Texas, and right away set the St. John's freshman scoring record. Closes out a career number 3 all-time on the scoring list. Almost 2,200 career points. He fouls Shepard again. Childhood friend.
And the emotion of the tournament, and this is how hard it is.
Really what he talked about, and he came here to play these games, these tournament games. And he didn't get a chance to experience it until his last game. His press conference yesterday, he said, I've come here with the full intention of winning a couple of games, knowing that they would have, in all likelihood, Duke on the second game. He had a lot of faith. He was saying that we can come here and do it, make a little run.
And that's a kid that's not feeling sorry for himself. He is just distraught that they were unable to progress through this tournament.
Coming to the realization that his time in college is over. That's what happens here in this tournament. Very few can win in their last game in college.
I know how much you tried to right here in Charlotte. Your last college game. finals against Arkansas in '94.
I know exactly how this young man feels. You're thinking to put so much into this program, so much into this team, and I'll never play and wear this uniform again. He should be proud, though, of what he accomplished. He got here on this stage his senior year, and his team just came up a little bit short.
Yeah, you see him wearing his heart right there. I mentioned Malik Sealy and Chris Mullen. That level of scoring during his career, great accomplishments.
Guys, how about a little peek at what we're going to see Sunday with Duke and San Diego State?
Wow, that'll be a great game. Duke, I think we'll try to pound it inside with Okafor.
San Diego State better work on their transition D, because Duke will get those open looks in the corner. We're going to have Cook can burn you if you don't get back and get settled, because they'll go down the center, and obviously Okafor too. That's a tough matchup.
And of course, Duke has to guard the three-point line after what we've seen tonight.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. You think Boley's up for another 5 threes on Sunday, huh?
We'll see.
And Shrigley with 4.
Poley, I think, just payback is tough.
How do they match up with Okafor, guys? How do they do that?
Well, I think by committee. I don't think physically they're imposing enough to contain him. And I think if he really begs for the ball and they get the right angle to get it in, weak side, the secondary shot blocker, I think, is important for San Diego State.
I agree. You know, Okafor has struggled at times, double teams with teams that have length when they double team him, and this team has length. I think you got to mix it up. Mix it up, give them different looks, keep them off, you know, keep them confused a little bit there offensively. But Steve Fisher, the mastermind, teaching the defense, will come up with a game plan that his team will have to execute to win.
And look at Steve, of course, Gene Cady on that bench. He used to match wits against Steve Fisher, Jim.
Yes, they did. Purdue and Michigan. And there's Coach Cady, who's come back to help one of his old guys, Steve Lavin. That's a really great story of how it's come full circle with those two.
It's unbelievable.
Lavin was served as a grad assistant for him.
At Purdue, got his start. A lot of respect. And you talk to Steve, he speaks about Gene in reverence because of his commitment to the program, what he's been able to do with the young people. And he's so crusty. These kids can't believe they've never met anybody like this guy. You know, he tells the truth.
One of a kind.
And that's Shepard pulling it down, and St. John's looks like they're going to back off now.
Now we've been talking about the defense of San Diego State. The offense was lighting it up and met the challenge.
San Diego State heads east. It comes away with a 12-point win. Steve Fisher over Steve Lavin tonight. Two really good coaches. And Fisher, who's approaching 70, has done a magnificent job out there with this program. He's got him now into the next round against Duke on Sunday. And you can see that's going to be a 2:40 start Eastern time. The tournament concludes live now on TNT and True TV. Coverage of CBS begins tomorrow at noon Eastern. Guys, I thought we were going to do a couple more, but 4's enough, I guess, huh? See you Sunday. For Bill Raftery, Grant Hill, and Tracy Wolfson, Jim Nance saying so long from Charlotte. We'll send you to our studios in a moment.
Bring us your baffling.
Bring us